mechanical destruction grips Hot Wheels City in terror. Who is responsible?
I'll tell you who's responsible. Me! Why? Because I'm evil!
Start your engines! Passes on the outside! Moved up another position!
My little cobras will wreak havoc all over the city.
New track! Track multi-ball! Red Line Mania! Loop Crash multi-ball!
That was totally epic!
You may have defeated my creatures, but you'll never defeat me!
Hi, I'm Josh Kugler from American Pinball, and I'm here with my partner in crime, Joe Schober.
How's it going?
And today we're going to talk about Hot Wheels, and we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into the rules, give you a little bit of update what's going on at American Pinball. But the first thing we're going to do is Joe Balcer was not able to be here for Virtual Expo, or the re-recording of Virtual Expo. For those of you who may be wondering why we're doing a new recording of this, we had some technical difficulties. But we still don't have Joe, so we're still going with the virtual Joe Balcer. And you know what? We're going to just...
Hi, I'm Joe Balcer from American Pinball. Maybe I can take this off. We're socially distanced. Crazy year we're in. 2020 has changed our lives. I'm hoping everyone out there is healthy. This hasn't affected your health or your family's health or friends. I know there's many of you out there that it has. Our prayers go out to you. I'm here because I can't make the seminar for Expo, so I just wanted to do a little quick review over Hot Wheels and what it took to get here. So let's talk pinball. This is Hot Wheels. Game's licensed through Mattel. It's a fast shooting game. One thing we wanted to do with Hot Wheels is make it a fast shooting game. There's races in there, there's car crashes, all the things you did with Hot Wheels as a kid, we tried to put into game and turn them into pinball rules. And I think we did a great job doing that. It's a fast shooting game. Outer loop on the left feeds a return ramp to the left flipper. I'm sorry, to the right flipper. There's an inner loop that goes right and left. You can do a right inner loop or left inner loop. Softer shots will break off and fall into the pops. Drop targets that qualify these shots. Drops into a VUC that fires into the orange ramp. That's a left return.
New track.
So the game has good shots on it, fast shots. I like to say play fast with Hot Wheels. One thing that we did with the game also is there's 4 stationary cars on the game and 1 spinner. The spinner happens to be one of the hero cars that is Bone Shaker, so that comes with the game. The other cars are just miscellaneous Hot Wheels cars. But what you can do as a collector, if you have favorite cars at home, these cars come with the click lock. It's like a locking Velcro device made by 3M. And if you have cars that have a nice flat bottom, clean them up. We give you extra pieces in the cash box. Pop it back on, and you'll physically hear it click when it's locked in. Here. The one thing that we do also is on each one of the brackets underneath the Velcro, there's a 5/16 diameter hole. So if you want to physically mount the cars, that's an option also with a fastener. So the click lock system works well, and it gives you that option to put in your own favorite cars if that's what you like to do. So you can customize what you have going on, and you can go to the store and still buy Hot Wheels cars for $1. So for $5 you can change the look of your game if you'd like to. A couple things you get with the game, comes along with the selling price, is the internal side blades that comes with the game. Also, get a topper. It's not electronic. It's not a big time topper, but it comes with the game. Just as we did on Oktoberfest, we did it for Hot Wheels. The one thing we did here is we went to a 3D lenticular back panel. So it's not done in the lenticular movement that you've seen. This one's done to give it depth. So as you're looking at it, it's, I think, the only lenticular back panel that's been used in pinball. I may be wrong, but it hasn't been used in a long time if it has. But that's one of the features to the game also for the graphics. So, game was fun to put together. Mattel was outstanding to work with, giving us the assets and letting us use the assets of Hot Wheels City really pulled the game together from a rules standpoint, and we were able to cover it really well on the screen. So I know there aren't any shows out there right now. Everything you're seeing is virtual. Maybe there's some out there. Some arcades are open around the States. Hoping you're able to play the game soon. They are in stock. We're running them. Things are good here at American Pinball, and I'm hoping that things are good with you at home. Again, stay safe.
Okay. Hey, Joe, thanks for that great update. I wish you could have been here with us. One of the things we wanted to include was a factory tour. We actually had some technical difficulty with the factory tour that was recorded. So instead, what we have is what was on Josh's phone earlier when we were putting this presentation together. So basically what we have is some photos and some videos I shot on my phone. And we also have some bonus material here that was also on my phone, some behind the scenes look at some of the stuff in the development process. So it's kind of a little bit of a slideshow, and Joe and I will make some comments as we go through. This is our new facility, not the best photo of it. You can see a little better look at it. It's 4 or 5 times the size of our last facility. This one we're first moving in. You can see the line being set up there in the back across the room. And this is actually just one part of the factory where we initially got set up. This actually ultimately became the test area, but you can see there's still a lot of construction going on at this point when we were first getting things up and rolling. And here's a very quick view of the line. We could probably do a little bit of a slower look. There we go, that's a little better. And you can see our wonderful rotisseries, which one of these days I'm gonna steal one of these to have at home for when I do playfield swaps. Because it really is, it's great how the playfields just drop right into them. They are designed to be able to handle wide bodies as well. So if we ever do a wide body game, the rotisseries and then the cabinet carts are all designed that way. Game's going out. So this was an early version of the game, and you can see that those center RPM targets were different. Kind of here side by side. Steak and Joe came in and said, "What do you think of this?" And we said, "Let's try it." We really weren't quite sure. This was the first whitewood where we actually got to shoot it. And we said, "Wow, that worked." That look to it. We were really happy with that.
It was surprising how well that worked, and that no one has ever done it before that I can think of.
Right. I don't think I've come across it. Oops. That was not what I wanted to have happen there. Let's see if we can jump back to where we were. Right, so you could see here kind of that, how that change was made, and it was really quite different. On the next shot here, we have some of the early cabinet art. Well, actually, after our whitewood. You can see they're just clear plastics at that point. So this was the art. You'll notice we have the shark on the cabinet originally, because it was in the original artwork. And then when we didn't use the shark in one of the modes, we had Jeff, our artist, to kind of remove the shark. And then we ended up bringing the shark back for the tilt, and that's a story for another day. Here you can see the playfield art. It's going to kind of evolve a little bit as it scrolls here, and you can see how it started to change with the phrasing, the way we did some of the icons, and some of those types of things. And then here were just 3 sample playfields where we just did some slightly different things with the art, with the lighting. We wanted to really see how it worked with the LEDs. And then we made our decision, because we actually didn't get complete agreement, but majority won. So that's just a quick look behind the scenes at the factory. Hopefully at some point we'll get a better factory video to really show off what we have. Okay, so why Hot Wheels? We get asked this question all the time.
Why not?
Why not? Exactly. And first of all, it's timeless, over 50 years. I'm not sure that something over 50 should be considered timeless. I guess that makes me timeless, but it's been around. I remember when Hot Wheels came out when I was a kid. I had Matchbox cars, and then a friend had this cool car that was so cool. What was it? It was Hot Wheels. Because Hot Wheels cars were cooler than Matchboxes. It was all these crazy kind of things. We liked Hot Wheels because it's family friendly and location friendly. We wanted to try to help grow location pinball by putting out a game that we think could do really well in location, and it has so far done well for the places that are open. And Hot Wheels is big. It is the #1 selling toy in the world. They make 10 million cars a week. And that number still just boggles my mind. I first heard this number, I guess, probably over a year ago. And it shocked me at the time. And I love asking people the question because nobody comes up with that big a number. It comes out to 10, they're selling 10 cars per second. The span of the size of this slide, they just sold 1,000 cars or something while we were talking about it. 6,000 miles of track a year. It's enough to take you from New York to Tokyo. And what we've learned is it's not just about toys. They're involved in gaming and esports. They're huge with car enthusiasts. We're going to talk more about that later in our presentation. And they're actually also big in action sports. By the way, these photos were taken at 2 different supermarkets near me. And I had never realized how Hot Wheels is everywhere until you kind of are in tune to it. And here, every time I go to a supermarket, I find them. I find them at Michael's Craft Store. I was at the auto parts place. They were there. They're everywhere, and you just don't realize it. And they're still $1. So that's why they can sell 10 cars per second. But one of the things we liked about Hot Wheels were the theme elements. Joe, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, when you play with Hot Wheels, whether it's the traditional kind of simpler play that I guess you and I had back in our childhood, or even the modern play sets, there's certain just, like you said, timeless factors that just keep coming back over and over. First of all, you get the cars and you collect them. You want to have all the cool cars. You want to have lots of cars. That's always part of it. You want to race the cars. You get together with buddies and you're racing them down the tracks. You have to build the tracks in order to be able to race them. If you send a car through the loops, you put the car through the loop-to-loop and crash them against each other and see which one kind of comes out best in the collision. That's a great thing. Hot Wheels cars are actually super durable. You can do that a lot and keep playing with them. That's not a problem. So those are all like really key elements of playing with Hot Wheels cars that we remembered we really wanted to incorporate into the game.
And imagine if play is been part of Hot Wheels forever. Obviously, when we were kids and young, whether you were fantasizing being the race car or you were using it to battle monsters, we all did that. And I think what's changed with imaginative play in the world of Hot Wheels with all toys is now they have these elaborate play sets, and they've created these nemesis for you to fight, these creatures for you to battle in a far more robust way. And then obviously you've seen that with Lego and other things, and kind of makes a lot of sense. And when we first came across that, we thought, okay, this is really cool. We can maybe build modes around battling these creatures, because we thought that was a great, element to include in the game. And then somebody pointed us in the direction of Hot Wheels City, the YouTube series, which anybody who's watching this has probably already seen some of that footage, or we obviously had it in the teaser at the start. And, we all started to watch it. And the first day we came back and we're like, I don't know, it's kind of cute. And then after you watch a few more episodes, it really pulls you in. And we realized it was great material there for us to work with.
And it really appeals to both kids and adults. There's a lot of, kind of subtle little jokes and such scattered throughout both the animation as well as the speech that's not just kiddie oriented. I mean, kids will appreciate it, but I think adults will really appreciate everything that's involved in the claymation animation as well. It's very well done.
And originally our thought was just to use it around the battles. And then, as we spent so much time with it, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched the episodes and how many times Joe's watched the episodes, because we'll keep going back, because then we're looking for things, as we realized there was some great stuff in there we could use for other things, like, we're using it for the tilt, we're using it for turbo, we're using it for, I'm sure some other things.
Almost everything, really. Once all was said and done, the vast majority of the audiovisual content of the game is taken either directly or a little bit derivative from the Hot Wheels City cartoons.
Right. There's obviously, quite a bit around that, the jackpot animations and some of those types of things that are obviously, and you can kind of tell which is which, but really it was very beneficial to have so much stuff to go through, other than, like I said, having to go back through and rewatch stuff, because you're trying to remember where you saw that clip. And you'll see in the attract mode of the game when you see it, it's a case where I know Joe spent a lot of time working on the attract mode one day saying, okay, I want to, for all the high achievement awards, we want a clip. And he found a bunch of really great clips that, we use there. And so we spent a lot of time going through it. And it was really great that we were able to work with Mattel to get to use that content.
Mattel was absolutely great through the whole development process of this game. They were great partners.
They really were. And we'll talk more about that when we get to collecting cars. So as we start to go through the rules, when we sit down to work on a game, we spend a lot of time thinking about the rules and structuring them before we start, doing any code or anything of that nature. And fundamentally, one of the things we think about is who the audience is, who's going to play our game. And it really runs the gamut from the novice, and this is the person who comes to your house and says they still make pinball machines, all the way up to the competitive players, the people I like to call pinball mutants. They have these skills and capabilities most of us don't have. And then in the middle of the enthusiasts. But when we create our rules, we really try to hit on things that are in there for all three of these folks. So we have the risk reward stuff with that competitive player, where there's a lot of strategy and the ways they can build up for big scoring, but that has that risk associated with it. For that novice, we want something that you can quickly learn in the game, easily figure out, and that without having to have great skills can still get to that kind of a wow moment. And for that enthusiast, we want that breadth of depth, and especially for a game that we know, for the most part, a lot of these are going into homes. We want the game to have legs, that it's going to keep you entertained for a long period of time. And I think we've really achieved that with Hot Wheels, and we're going to kind of show you that today. Collecting hero cars. Joe, you want to talk about hero cars?
Sure. Hero cars are basically signature cars amongst the Hot Wheels lineup. Cars that were just iconic over the decades, the 50 plus years that Hot Wheels has been around. And we wanted to feature those cars in a really prominent way in the game. And so the way we ended up deciding to do it is that as you make major achievements in gameplay as you go, you pick up these hero cars. And just like Josh was talking about a minute ago, we intentionally designed the hero cars so that, number one, they're very visible. They're front and center on the play field, big bright lights, in fact, multiple lights under each one, so they really stand out on the play field. And the ways that you can earn the hero cars are scattered in difficulty. So many players, even who are pretty casual, are probably pretty likely to be able to get at least one hero car when they play, like Rip Rod for redlining the tachometer, or for example, Shark Cruiser, I had to look it up, I forgot, for playing through the different multi-balls. So things like that, players will get a hero car or a couple hero cars in the game. The real challenge for advanced players is being able to string together all 5 hero cars in the same game in order to reach the final wizard bit of the game, which is Legend Multi-Ball. And that's quite a challenge for a player of any skill level to do. So just to kind of highlight the 5 hero cards we have, which gives a context to the features of the game. First one is Rip Rod, which you get by redlining the tack just once. Redline the tack and raise the gear, playing Redline Mania Multi-Ball. Twin Mill, we talked about collecting cards, is one of the keys of the game. If you collect 40 cards over the course of the game, that enables you to start a feature called Card Chaos, and that earns you the Twin Mill hero card. Roger Dodger is earned by battling all 4 of the main creatures of the game, and then finally going up against the evil supervillain Draven and defeating him. Bone Shaker is earned by playing what we have 5 different what we call epic features, which are super scoring on different features throughout the game. And if you successfully complete and collect all of those epic features in the jackpots, you get the Bone Shaker card. And finally, we have 3 main multi-balls in the game, Loop Crash, Victory Lap, and Track Builder multi-balls. And once you play through all of those, you get the Shark Cruiser hero card. So there's a lot of things. You can focus for each of these sets of features independently, or you can collect them all on your way to Legend Multi-Ball.
So if I collect all the heroes, I become a Hot Wheels?
You become a Hot Wheels.
Or
Legend.
Hot Wheels Legend. Okay, good.
And anyone who's seen the flyer for Hot Wheels will appreciate that a little bit.
Right. But you know what? When I was a kid, if you asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up, I might have said I want to be a Hot Wheels.
It would be a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind being a Hot Wheels.
And we're going to talk later about people whose aspirations is to become a legend on the Legend Tour. We're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, the tachometer. The tachometer is the key to scoring in Hot Wheels. This is actually a concept that's been in my brain percolating for a long time, the same way that a lot of people might doodle playfield designs. I've kind of for a long time been keeping notes on different rules that I think would be really interesting to see in a pinball game. And the tachometer concept is one I've been kind of dreaming of for a long time. I've always been a big fan of hurry-ups. I think it's really exciting in pinball games when you get a hurry-up started, the music cranks up a little bit, you watch the value counting down, and you're rushing to make those shots. But of course, if you rush too much, you always blow your shots. And so that excitement of having a hurry up in a game, I always had this concept, what if the entire game was a hurry up? And when we got the Hot Wheels license, and it was all about racing cars and going fast, it seems like such a natural fit that as you progress in the game, you make shots, you rev up your engine, and as long as the engine is revved up, your scoring is increased. But as soon as you take your foot off the gas, the engine starts revving back down again and your scoring decreases. So it really encourages you while you play, never stop. Capturing a ball on a flipper is a terrible idea in Hot Wheels because your scoring opportunity just immediately is whittling away. We've got 3 targets front and center on the play field labeled RPM. And those targets, when you hit them, it raises the tachometer value and it prevents the rev down from happening for a few seconds. You can also shoot all the shots throughout the game to get a little bit of an RPM boost, but without that nice pause. And at any given time, the RPM, the tachometer, is not only your scoring, but if you can get the tachometer all the way up to 10, you redline the engine, which starts a super fun and super surprising game feature called Redline Mania. And I know one of the great stories of the development of Hot Wheels was when Jim Papla, who was working with us, first time he encountered Redline Mania, he thought the game was broken just because of the choreography of how it starts. And that's actually pretty much the intention we were trying to get. You blew your engine, something weird just happened, but it's a very fun experience.
As Joe talked about, the tack is such a key thing. It's right there in front of the flippers. You can see the image here. And it's also on the screen, which shows you the precise value. After you redline, it shifts gears. The tack will start to be in a different color. Here you can see it's actually in second gear. And now in second gear, the tack value has basically doubled. In third gear, it is tripled. But again, it's the tack value that's changed. Not necessarily how everything scores. It's anything that's tied to the tack, which of course is pretty much everything. Okay, and then the tack is one part of a, you know, it's a double hitter. It's the tack, and then it's boost. Because what boost will do is it'll increase the tack value 10x for 15 seconds. And you can see, you'll know when it's lit because the tack will be flaming. And you have this really short period of time to take advantage of that. And a lot of the strategy you develop over time in the game is knowing when to get your turbo lit, when to take it, and then hopefully maximize the use of it in that period of time. It's qualified via the pops. It's collected at the kickback. It's available once per gear. If you relight it in the same gear, you get sort of a tack increase, a tack boost versus a true turbo boost. If it's lit and you drain, you lose it. You need to requalify it. You'll also know when it's active because the playfield tack will be flashing rapidly. So that's your other indication that it's there. One bit of advice: if you start the turbo when you didn't mean to, best thing to do is shoot the track builder, the stand-up target, or sorry, the drop-down target, the upper part of the playfield, is to then, you know, hit that, because that's going to bank points for later. We'll explain more about it. But, you know, boost, learning when to use it and maximizing is the key to high scoring. Joe, anything else on boost you want to talk about?
No, yeah, we just can't emphasize enough that all of the scoring in the game is based on the tachometer and the boosts. Everything from the skill shot right out the bats to spinner value, pop bumper value, all shots, jackpots, everything is based on your tack value. So keeping the tack high and boosting it at the right time is critical to scoring big on the Hot Wheels.
Which leads us to the skill shot, which is tied to the tack, not only from its scoring, but a successful skill shot will increase the tack value right out of the gate. So it's a soft plunge to the 1, 2, 3 that run up the shooter lane. If you can get it to the 3 without going past and have it come back down, we're going to advance the tack by 3. And you're also going to get a bunch of points based on the tack and what gear you're on. The super skill shots then immediately hit the left orbit. And if you do that right at the start of the game, it's also going to start the race. So it's a great way to just start the game, unless you're racing for speed, and we'll come back to that. There's also a skill shot multiplier. If you use the left flipper, you can rev the tack, and what you want to do is release the ball from the shooter lane without redlining the tack. Actually, once in a while, after you practice it for a while, you can get pretty good at that. And there's also what I like to call the last chance skill shot. And this is when you plunge the ball all the way around because you forgot about the skill shot. You can still, take a shot at the kickback and collect the same thing you would if you had hit skill shot zone 3. And just in the last day or two, Joe and I were talking about maybe a little tweak to these skill shots. We might have something new in a future future release. So
something to make that last chance skill shot maybe a little more interesting.
Right. And it's some interesting idea there. We're gonna be trying it out pretty soon, I think, and see how and what we think about it. So, we're always looking to change things up a little bit. Car collecting. Obviously, critical part of Hot Wheels is car collecting. And so this is tied to mystery. You collect 10 cars, it completes a case, which lights mystery, which is available at the lower saucer. It takes 40 cars for Car Chaos, which will then be started there. New in the recent code release that just went out is a feature called Treasure Hunt. We're not going to really tell you too much about it. We are going to mention that the shot color is yellow. We're going to talk about as we go through. Different parts of the game have different colors associated. So when you got a lot going on, it's easier to figure out which thing you're going for. Now, the coolest thing about car collecting in the game is we have 450 different cars. Early on, we were working on it. Joe was like, we have to get a lot of cars in the game. We have to get a lot of cars in the game. And I was working with Mattel on that, and they'd come back with some stuff. We'd look at it and go, oh, this isn't really kind of what we had envisioned. And we went back and they would try and find stuff. And it actually took quite a while and a lot of digging on Mattel's part to kind of find what we were really looking for to put in the game. And they came back with, the 450, 500 cars that we have. It's really a lot of fun to have them in there. I always like to give Joe grief because, you know, he really wanted the cars. And then when we got them, somehow I was the one who ended up slicing and dicing them to get them into the game. And he played that really well. I'm not sure how I ended up doing that, but we love having those cars in the game.
Yeah, they turned out really well, and everyone who plays the game just loves seeing the different cars. We show them off during the end of ball bonus. On every ball, we show in detail which cars you collected during your game, and we've got some other ideas in the cooker too for showing off those cars other times, like during the attract mode. So Hot Wheels collectors can look forward to seeing more of those cars being shown off by the machine over time.
Yeah, and who knows? You know, hopefully, maybe down the road, be able to get some more. We'll see.
That'd be fun too. Yeah, Mattel's definitely been graded. We can't thank them enough for actually coming up with those 450 some odd cars that we could incorporate in the pin.
And the reality is, I probably shouldn't say it, considering they've done 25,000 different cars. I'd like to get more. The problem is they don't necessarily have all the images from all this stuff available to us, but you know, hopefully we'll get some more in there. We're going to shift gears here just slightly for a minute to talk about the
car
IFP.
joke. Shift gears.
I didn't even intend that, so that's pretty good. We're going to talk about the IFPA Hot Wheels Streaming Challenge. I want to thank Josh Sharp for all of his work on this, working with Michael Grant from our marketing team to put this together. There's a couple of dozen players who are competing. Every week it's a different challenge. The players must stream their play. So many nights of the week now, if you want to see some Hot Wheels in action, there's a stream going on Twitch. You can find all the details at the IFPA website, and the live standings are at neverdrains.com/Hot Wheels. And there's links for most of the entries that people have made. The competition is different each week. We started off with the race, and then we had battles and Loop Crash Multiball. And you can see the standings. This is a couple weeks ago, how people have done. And the reason we've brought this up now is as we go through the rest of the rules, we're going to play some tidbits or some bits and pieces from these streams to kind of show off gameplay and talk about things. But again, you might want to go find them because in some cases they're in a sense great tutorials of how to play the modes, or you watch enough of the streams how not to play some of the modes. So the let's make sure this works here. There we go. So the first one we're going to talk about is Victory Lap Multiball. Or really the race, I'm sorry, we're talking about the race. So the race is one of the key features in the game. You can see there's a ton of inserts that highlight for you the race. You start off, you're shooting to get for 12th place, and you work your way up to first. And if you can do that, it lights Victory Lap Multiball, and the shots are orange. And one of the cool things about the race is as you go through the race, as you advance, the music in the game changes, and instrumentation gets added, the pace picks up. Halfway through the race, there's a big jump in the music. But every couple of positions, that music changes. That kind of builds and builds towards that multi-ball. And again, the shot is orange. And I think what we're going to have next is some videos. Here we go. So the very first challenge we had was the fastest race time. Okay. And one of the big questions we had is, could anybody break a minute? And here we're going to see Carl D'Angelo be the first to break a minute. I'm going to hide our little windows here.
It did not notify me. Wait, Ezra didn't beat his 106, did he? Or was that the stream did? The stream did.
One thing you notice when you watch the video is as each of the race shots is made, it shows the current time of the race. And the time will be either in green or in red, showing how well you're comparing to the record time on the machine you're playing. So if the time is green, you're actually on pace to set a new race record.
Okay.
Whereas if the time is red, you're behind the pace for the machine.
That's the combo I have trouble with. 7th place and then getting it back to 6th. And then first, of course.
Now, one of the
Yeah,
things
we
you'll
leave the
notice
numbers
too as we go through these clips is because they're competing for the race, tilt became an interesting way to avoid having the ball sit in the pops for too long, since the race time continues when the ball is in the pops. Unfortunately for the players, they then realized in the future the pops are really important because of
Damn it.
turbo.
Oh,
So it was pretty funny as they kind of went from hating the pops to loving the
Come
pops.
on, man. Save me a slice.
There we go. Under 60. Finally.
12 shots in
Jeez.
under a minute. It's pretty impressive.
Long enough.
So the Twitch stream
right.
competition continued on
I
for
can
a few more
sleep.
days, and the question was, could anybody beat this score? And then with about a half hour left in the challenge, Escher Lefkoff, who actually had given up, conceded on stream, said, you know, Carl, you win, came back 15 minutes later, and then did this.
It's not gonna happen. Like what? I was not even close to being able to backhand it. I still won for it, but it's a nice loop pass. It's the thing it gave me. I needed that shot. 40 seconds to hit 5. And it's done. Maybe not. I have to one-time it, though. Okay,
Here,
56.
this is what you were talking about, Josh. Escher
shot, one
realizes that
opportunity.
when he shots
No, let me do this.
the left side loop, the ball went into the pop bumpers, and that was going to take too much time. So that was an intentional tilt, followed by a perfect shot on the left orbit on his next
57.
ball. Very well played.
57.
Yes! Let's fucking go!
Oh my god!
Victor, of course, he probably just did a 55.
Yeah,
you know?
no. I'm done. I'm never playing this challenge again.
Victory scallops.
Yeah. As I watch the balls feed.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Redline Mania, we talked about this a little bit earlier. If you redline the tack, it throws you into this. It's a 4-ball multi-ball that is timed. It's exactly 44 seconds, I think it is. It's all timed to the music, so it's got a great crescendo and build to it. It starts off, as we talked about, with a great intro. And this was something that initially was put in primarily for those novices we talked about. You know, your friends come to your house, tell them, hey, just go hit those RPM targets a bunch in the middle. Odds are pretty good that they're going to get to redline, and it's a fun experience. It's kind of, one of the ways hopefully to get people hooked on pinballs, to give them that kind of experience. Very important, as we talked about, is the fact that it shifts gears, which not only increases the tack, but gives you a chance to get another turbo boost. So once you've used it, you sort of typically want to redline, shift gears, and now set yourself up for the next thing, which maybe is track multi-ball. So track multi-balls, we've talked a little bit about using the race to get to victory lap multi-ball. Track multi-ball you get to through the upper saucer. The first shot there will start a new track. You then need to hit the stand-up target, the drop target, to add pieces of track. The important thing to note is the value of the tachometer when you're building the track is what builds the jackpot for the first set of jackpots when you get into track multi-ball. So this gets back a little bit earlier when I said, when in doubt, when you start turbo, if you don't know what to do, build track, because that's going to at least bank that value for you later on. And
actually, in the most recent code, that value that's accumulated affects not only your first set of track builder jackpots, but it even now carries through somewhat for your subsequent jackpots after you get a super.
Right, partially carries through, right? So that turbo is really beneficial.
Yep.
The multi-ball itself has the main shots are lit for jackpots. Depending on which track you're on, you need 2, 3, or 4 to light the super jackpot, which is back to the track builder. Then the ball gets held there, and the mega jackpot is lit at the kickback. And there's a lot of different strategies about when to collect that or not. Collecting that then resets, the ball comes back into play, and you repeat through it. Worth noting, there's a window of time at the start of the multi-ball. We're getting a ball in the lower saucer. We'll put a third ball into play and double jackpot. So getting that shot early, getting that third ball can be very, very valuable. There's also an add-a-ball feature in all multi-balls. Joe, want to talk about the add-a-ball?
Sure, yeah. All of the card targets, there's 4 distinct card targets scattered around the play field, and they will start typically on standard adjustments. They'll all start yellow, and you are trying to advance them all traffic light style to be green. So red, yellow, green on each of the targets. And if you advance them all to green, you get a ball added, and you can actually add balls forever in any of the 3 major multi-balls. You can add as many balls as you want, but each time you do it, it gets a little bit harder. We start to further back on the traffic light for each of them.
Car Chaos doesn't let you add a ball?
Or Chaos does as well, yeah.
Okay.
But like
All
Red Line doesn't.
Okay, because you said 3. And
I'm sorry, my fault.
Now, what about Legend multi-ball? I don't know. I don't get to Legend very often.
No, Legend does not let you add a ball because Legend is constantly adding balls.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So we'll get to that later.
I don't even know if we're going to get to that later because that's
One
the
other thing
advanced
about-
course. I am looking forward to the streaming challenge when Legend comes up. That's going to be in a few weeks because it is, if you want to become a legend or you want to become a Hot Wheel, it takes quite a bit to do. By the way, track multi-ball is blue. Epic is like a cyan. So we're going to see this sort of blue colors there. But track multi-ball is blue when you're in it. Okay, oh, we were going to have a track multi-ball video here that we did not put in, plus it was a little too long because track multi-ball can get long. But again, you can find that on the Never Drains site. We're going to move to Loop Crash multi-ball. As we're about looping and crashing is a pretty big part of Hot Wheels. This game has this great inner loop shot you can make from both directions. So this mode is about hitting loops to get to Loop Crash multi-ball, and then it becomes about the crashing. It becomes about the pops, and the pops are going to be the jackpots, and they're going to build a super jackpot that is then lit. It's a 2-step super jackpot. It's lit on the left orbit. You'll start to see it flash green, and your first shot on that left orbit is going to grab the ball on the magnet, and then you have a certain amount of time to make another left orbit shot and knock that ball off the magnet to collect the super jackpot. If you don't collect it in time, the first ball will be released, and you need to set it up again. So typically the colors are red and then green, and this can be started with Victory Lap multi-ball. That's the only multi-ball stack you can do. You have to start them together, but it's actually relatively easy to start them together. If you
the first time.
The first time, right. Hey, you get there once, you're happy, Sometimes you might start Loop Crash early and then it's a little trickier, but often if you make those shots right, you can do it. Joe and I were debating the other day if you can actually start Victory Lap without first getting Loop Crash. We have to try that. You said it can be done. I haven't tried that.
It can be done.
That'd be hard. You have to work at that. So if you ever achieve that, get to Victory Lap and never got Loop Crash, you can actually say, wow, I achieved something that's really hard to do. Maybe not desirable, but hard to do. Okay, so we're going to show a Twitch stream here of Rebecca with her Loop Crash score. I'm guessing since we just did Loop Crash. So we're going to shrink us down here, and we're going to try and play this.
There we go.
One of the things that's fun right at the start of Loop Crash multi-ball, we capture the ball up in the magnet and then intentionally launch a ball from the trough into the captured ball because it's crash. You gotta crash.
In this particular Loop Crash, I don't think Rebecca ever picked up the super jackpot. But what she did was just there, she initiated turbo. She gets an add-a-ball. You'll see she gets a ton of balls in the box, and you can see her score just went through the roof. Her turbo is still going.
Topeka is the capital.
You can see her super jackpot built to 692, but unfortunately she doesn't ever get quite collected.
I lost
You're
it.
gonna beat my score. 695.
Holy shit!
You're done.
Okay.
Well, she
Damn
had
it,
a great
Becca.
combination of the setups there.
What
She
the
had
fuck
her
did I just
tachometer
miss? I
all
walked
the way up
away.
to 9.
Oh, I made 100 million. My super jackpot's like 600 something, whatever.
One or more balls up in the pop bumpers while all that was happening. So the value of those pop bumpers accumulating both as individual and mini jackpots as well as building.
You want to go pee again? I have a ball
They were
3.
huge in value because she had a high tack and boost going, which is exactly what you want to do on On Wheels.
So next we're going to talk about creature battles. As we talked about earlier, this is kind of let your imagination flow. We found these great creatures. There are 4 battles. I guess I should play this little video here so you can see how you start battles is by spelling battle. You can also hit the drop target on the right side to add letters. The spinner will rotate the letter, so as you get to the later battles and it's harder to spell battle, sometimes hitting the spinner will shift them and make them a little bit easier to light. There are 4 creature battles. Well, they each have their own color. When you're selecting, once the battle begins, we always use purple. So you can always remember which are your battle shots when you've got a whole bunch of things stacked and going on at the same time. The battles are typically, the first couple of battles can be started either at the upper or lower saucer. Later on, you have to start them at the lower saucer. There are, as we mentioned, 4 battles plus the battle with Draven. Triceratops is kind of focused on the right side shots, which actually sets up very nicely for turbo because you can start turbo while collecting the that shot, and you can quickly make a 2 or 3 other shots. You can get a very lucrative Triceratops. Joe, you want to talk about T-Rex and Gorilla?
Yeah, T-Rex is a spinner rep mode, fundamentally. You are battling the T-Rex, and in order to do that, you're loading Hot Wheels cars into this really cool card launcher. Every spin you get loads another car into the launcher, but is also building up the value of attacking the T-Rex. And the more spinners you get, the more cars you load, the value of that attack shot kind of quickly goes exponential. It raises in levels as you go, but you have to collect it on the right ramp. So you want to build up your spinners, collect as many spinners as you dare to do to load up the launcher, and then shoot the right ramp to attack the T-Rex. You do that a total of 3 times, and you defeat the T-Rex and win the mode. For Gorilla, the big bad Gorilla has attacked the super ultimate garage and is throwing cars at us. You hit the car targets around the play field to attack back at them. Once you've gotten enough of those, he kind of gets scared and runs off and starts running away on some buildings and on some ramps that are around Hot Wheels City. So you shoot the ramps to capture the Gorilla and get him taken away, finishing off with a saucer shot once you've captured him from the ramps. And then lastly, our Cobra mode is kind of the whack-a-mole battle of the game. The 4 main shots have Cobras that have been left loose in the city, and you have to shoot each of the 4 shots to capture the Cobras. But they're slippery little guys, and if you take too long to capture all of their compadres, they'll start wriggling their way out of jail and be back unlit or back relit. So you have to go capture them again. So you need to capture all 4 main shot Cobras in a short enough time in order to be able to win that battle.
And I think that the battles is an area where you can really see a lot of our focus around novice versus enthusiast versus competitive player. And we try to incorporate that across the mode. So one thing we didn't talk about associated with this is these are time modes. It's based on how much fuel you have. And we give you a lot of fuel to start with, and then by hitting battle letters, you can add more fuel. And if you complete battle, we give you a lot more fuel. And the reason we did that is we wanted to have a really long time in these battles to give that novice a chance to get some victories, to beat the Triceratops or to beat Gorilla. And But as we talked about earlier, the game's about speed. This is about Hot Wheels, and this is about being fast. So there's a big bonus available if you have a ton of fuel left. So if you get through the battle really quickly, then you can score potentially very big on that fuel bonus, especially if you tie it in with turbo. At the same time, on modes like T-Rex and Cobra, maybe you might have stay in the battle a little bit longer to pick up points versus the fuel bonus. So in the case of T-Rex, maybe I want to really pound that spinner for a while and really build up that value of the shot before I collect it at the ramp. I want to take that risk and maybe give up some fuel bonus and maybe risk not collecting in time. Same thing with Cobra. Maybe I'm going to let the Cobras escape a little bit because by capturing them, I'm earning points, but I run that risk of maybe not collecting. And when do I tie in turbo? So, even across things like the battles, we really tried to make sure there's elements there for all of those, different types of players. The final battle is Draven, and we're not going to tell you about Draven. We're going to let you get to Draven and experience that. Maybe next time we do a talk, we'll go through Draven, but we're going to skip that for tonight.
The one thing we can add about Draven is that the value of shots in Draven is increased by the number of the other creature battles that you won, where you actually got to the end of the battle. So you not only have the lure of the fuel bonus, but also if you're playing through the entire game and you get to the Draven battle, Draven can be extremely lucrative if you've defeated several of the creatures along the way.
And speaking of which, so that makes it undesirable to just time out of a mode. We also don't let you time out of modes. So if you want to get to Draven, you're going to have to at least try to battle those creatures, but you were far better off defeating them to really maximize the value of getting to Draven. If you're going to get there, might as well get the points.
For sure.
Okay, I think what we have here is a Triceratops battle that Jordan does, and he does a really nice job here. You'll see of picking up turbo at just the right time, so you kind of make it all pay off.
Ah! Jordan's about to start frothing at the mouth.
Nice save.
You got it.
So that started turbo.
You got the loop. Flex. Yes! Good job, Jordan. Let's see how that was. Hold still, hold still, hold still.
Hopefully it doesn't suck.
No, it's good. I think it was like 250.
Well, I hit the ramp with the base.
And you can see the power of the
no,
fuel
I think you
bonus
hit
there.
like
107 million in fuel bonus.
did the math right.
And it would have been worth even more if the attack had been higher.
Oh shit! I hit some glass up here.
So yeah, exactly. You saw there the benefit of the bonus at just the right time, getting the turbo going. In reality, he had started early, could this one more shot potentially. What's actually pretty funny is he's so busy celebrating, he's forgetting that turbo is still active for him when it was about to kick it out. In this case, he was going for the Triceratops score, so it certainly paid off for him big there, and he was pretty excited about it. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about Victory Lap Multi-Ball. We talked earlier how to get there via the race. Each of the 4 main shots are lit for progressive jackpots. I think it's 5 times tack and then grows from there.
Yep.
The super jackpot multiplier is based on the progress across the 4 shots. So while hitting that 1 shot consecutively increases the progressive for that shot, ultimately you want to work across the shots to increase the super. A lot of strategy comes in this around the turbo piece, right? So if I've got turbo lit, it might be really valuable for me to pound 1 shot to get that progressive and get that big payoff. But before I go collect that super, I want to work across to get the super multiplier up to really get the payoff for that. And what can confuse people is they're thinking, oh, I want turbo when I go to collect super. But at that point, that jackpot's already been built. So you want to use turbo when you're building your super jackpot and collecting jackpots. Doing turbo when you collect the super is not going to have that big payoff you might think.
Which is that reminder that the TAC and the turbo boost are not actually playfield multipliers. They affect the TAC value, that hurry-up concept we talked about, but any value that banks, and that includes super jackpots, that includes epic jackpots, anything that gets banked is not multiplied by the TAC. It's just what it is, which you've accumulated along the way.
Right. And Epic Jackpot's a great example of that, and I'm not sure if Epic is up next, but we'll get to that shortly. And that's a great point to point out where people think I built this huge Epic Jackpot up, and let me go light turbo before collecting. It's like, nope, you want to do turbo when you're building it. And I think we're going to see that when we get to some Epic videos. But first, we're going to do a victory lap video. And in this particular video, Chuck is going to not only start victory lap multi-ball, he's going to start it with loop crash multi-ball, but first he's going to start T-Rex. So he's going to stack all of these together, and then in the middle of it, he's going to start turbo. So he's really kind of worked things to set things up here to get this really big stack, and I think we're going to see him do a pretty good job here of collecting on this.
Watch his score explode.
One shot. Missed. 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 Whoa. Come on! Here we go, finally. Alright, so now I have to hit the turbo boost. And then a bunch of pops.
Now, unfortunately, on Chuck's game, he has the way his camera is, it's hard to pick out all the colors, which makes it a little harder in the stack. Normally, the colors are a little easier to see, as you've seen on some of the other recordings. So you can see right there, he just started the turbo, and he's going to build up his super, he's going to build up his T-Rex, he's going to do all of these and really maximize this score. Right there, he just collected the super jackpot for loop crash, and we're going to see that again. I'll point it out when it comes up, so you can see the kind of the ball play off the magnet. See that big super jackpot he had built up with the turbo got collected there.
Yeah, that was a 400 million victory lap super jackpot. And he still has T-Rex in play while this is all happening, so you can see he just defeated the T-Rex.
If you look, he also has a ball on the magnet, lit for the super jackpot, for loop crash, and there he just knocked it. Of course, the funniest thing about this is he has this great game and then he's still not satisfied. So I guess that's pinball.
Read.
So you can see here how his super is now at 3x. If he could complete those two remaining shots, he'd be able to take that up to 5x.
Still, $500 million for a super jackpot is pretty nice.
Yeah. And what he also does a really good job here is you see he's kept his tack up 8 or 9, and he's in third gear, so that is not easy to do.
The loop chase, loop crash. Yeah, not bad.
And newer versions of the code actually fix the interesting little bug where billion-plus point victory lap totals wraps the value.
Yeah, we hadn't really seen that because I wasn't putting up those kind of scores.
Yeah, me either.
But that's what's kind of been fun with this stream. It's helped us to find a few things like that. I didn't think somebody could score that much. Well, I guess they can. This brings us up next to epic features. This is sort of like a scoring layer on top of things based on various features and targets of the game. You spell epic at the lower lanes, and you need to spell the E and P is a just switch with the left flipper, the IC with the right flipper. So you do have to be making both sides. You can't just hit one ramp 4 times in a row to completely go through and spell epic. Once Epic is lit, and you can stack, so I can light 2, 3, 4, or all 5 Epic features at the same time. You then hit the start target on the lower right of the screen, and now you need to qualify based on whichever one you've started, the necessary shots before you can then collect the jackpot. If you do not collect it before draining, you lose it, and it's an Epic fail. The Epic targets when they're lit are light blue, and I think we have a couple of Epic videos to share. I think first we're going to see a huge potential Epic score, and let's see what we have next here. I think that's what we've got coming up here. Yes.
All right, let's start the multi-ball. Hope I get boost in here. Start this, hit boost, and go to town. And then gear 2.
So Carl had gotten all of the Epic stacked together, and he built it up so he could start this with the multi-ball, knowing that that's going to really help him build up the Epic.
Now I can't start it, right?
And like you heard him say, he's hoping to start turbo in here as well.
So now I want to be shooting everything.
So all of the Epic values are multiplied by the number of Epic features that are running at the same time. So by having 5 Epic features all running at the same time, all those values are accumulating at 5x their normal value. You'll see in the mid-right side of the screen display, the Epic jackpot value just starts going up very quickly.
So it was just at 226 million.
Right, and now boost gets kicked in, and see what happens. Oh look, it's 600 already.
And by the time it comes back on screen, we're now at 1.5 billion. And you know that the compounding of that multi-ball on top of Epic with turbo.
So I have 1.57 billion lit right now for this thing.
But of course, you still have to collect it.
I'm getting nothing because I didn't collect it.
That is an Epic fail.
So as you saw there with the Epic fail, we actually do give you some points. If you don't collect it, I think it's 5 or 10%. And the only reason we did that is so we can tell you about your Epic fail. Okay. So we gave
all
you the
we need to do now is collect.
Well, let's see another Epic try.
Please, for the love of God. Slings, just do your job. Yes! Yes! Oh, buddy!
So, you know, sometimes, you know, it can be a really big number, sometimes it's not, but it's always fun and exciting when you can cash in. I want to take a minute to talk about the Hot Wheels Legend Tour. This is a competition of custom cars that are competing to be made into a Hot Wheels car.
So this is how you can become a Hot Wheels.
Right, this is exactly, and this is people whose aspirations. Normally this is held in Walmart parking lots. This year it has gone virtual, and I think in the future they're going to do probably a combination because the virtual has just let so many more people watch. So they got 500,000 views of the last event within 2 or 3 days of it airing. And it's pretty amazing the cars that people have created in hopes of being a Hot Wheels. And this is something we were excited about from the moment we signed on with Hot Wheels, and our goal was to go to these Legend Tour events around the country and set up there to show off Hot Wheels pinball because we just think car enthusiasts would love it. And since we couldn't do that, we've partnered with Mattel to be part of the Hot Wheels Legend Tour. Actually, that date's wrong. It's the November 5th event. It's a Thursday night, and we're going to be posting more information about this. And Hot Wheels Pinball will be featured during that event, and as well as the finale, which is a week and a half after that, where they're going to announce the winner. So we're going to have more information we'll be sharing about this. But we're really excited to be able to introduce Hot Wheels Pinball to 500,000, but really potentially up to 2 million car enthusiasts around the world. So something we're excited about. We hope a lot of you guys will tune in to see us on that show. Let's see. Dave Brennan, our service manager, wanted me to highlight a couple of quick things. That's Dave there. You can see his picture. The phone number to reach Dave, as well as the email address. The first message is regarding shiny balls, just say no. Whether it's Hot Wheels, Oktoberfest, or Houdini, you know we love to do stuff with magnets, and some of the shiny balls that are out there get magnetized very quickly. And so if you start seeing strangeness with your game where all of a sudden too many balls are being kicked out or no balls are being kicked out, good chance your balls have magnetized, so check for that. We see that quite a bit, so we wanted to share that. They've also said, you know, it's always good if you're a pinball owner, learn a little bit about basic pinball repair knowledge, get to know the diagnostic features in the game, be active in the community, but when you need help, reach out to Dave. He will be happy to give you help and assistance. Some quick updates on our other games. Oktoberfest, we released some new code in September. Bunch of new things in there, some new light shows, improvements to just game flow, polish. I do want to mention we are currently out of stock of Oktoberfest machines, but we will be doing another run. My guess is early in 2021, possibly a little bit before then. So if you are looking for an Oktoberfest, we will be making more. Contact your local American Pinball dealer or distributor, and they will make sure you get one when we do the next run. It's going to be a small run. I guess if I just do a quick 100 games before going back to doing Hot Wheels. On Houdini, there is a beta test of code in progress. We expect to get it released before the end of the year. There's still more we want to do with Houdini, but we're going to draw a line in the sand to get out an update, and then we'll go back and do some more stuff later. We don't have any times for questions and answers. Sorry. We've used up our time, but you can always, if you have any questions for us at any time, you will find us active on Pinside. You can reach us through Facebook. You can email us directly. Both Joe and I will give out our email addresses. I am josh@americanpinball.com. Joe is ferret@americanpinball.com. If you want to talk to Joe Balcer, you can email joe@americanpinball.com. I don't know if Joe will respond or not. I can't speak for him. But I will tell you that Joe Schober and I will both respond to emails. If you have questions or comments or suggestions, we are always willing and happy to listen. And again, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, you can go to neverdrains.com/Hot Wheels to get links to all of these Twitch feeds. So you can go back and see things across all of the different modes. If you're a Hot Wheels owner, you want to learn how to get higher T-Rex scoring, that'd be great. I think this week coming up right now is car collecting and car chaos. We have not yet done legends. I forget what else. I think there's another battle week coming up where everybody will get a chance to improve their battle scores. So again, if you want to see a lot of Hot Wheels action, especially on the weekends, Sunday afternoon, you can pretty much bet that Carl and Escher are going after it to see who could be number one. And don't be surprised occasionally somebody else gets in there. And thanks for listening and watching. We look forward to seeing you hopefully sometime soon at an actual show and in person.
That would be great. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We are back, and thank you for all those great commercials and all our other people. We're going to be working on getting all the other commercials that have been submitted to us, and they're going to be running too. We're now going to turn over to the Bells and Chimes, the Hot Nudge Girls. This is
long-awaited tournament of the women.
So, ladies, our hats are off to you. You have the thing. Last night, a girl beat Rob Burke and myself. His daughter beat us on Big Bang Bar. So we're happy to have some girls here to maybe teach us how to play some pinball, huh?
They're so calm, too.
I don't know how they do it either. And they just work away.
You guys ready to go to Hot Nudge?
Ready,
We are. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
There we go,
guys. Hit it.
But yeah, we're Hot Nudge.
Yep. We're Hot Nudge. So we have, today we have a tournament.
We do.
It's going to be great.
You guys are here for that, right?
Have people already made their teams, or am I getting ahead of myself with that?
I think you might be getting just slightly ahead of yours. It's okay.
Perfect.
It's okay. It's okay with that.
Sure. Well, okay. So we are going to be here just to kind of, because the tournament, you don't have to be able to stream your game. We're here to kind of fill some time, fill some pinball action, chat with everybody. Hopefully you guys are comfortable being on the internet and talking about your pinball stories and things like that. We have some other admins that are helping us out. obviously we have Frieden, who is running the tournament. She is going to be handling all of the rules, the brackets and things like that. And we'll be popping back to her, checking in with the rounds and everything like that. We also have Jen. Jen is going to be explaining some rules to us. She's also going to be another admin. Are you going to be playing tonight?
I think that we have enough teams. There is no surprise. So the surprise was if we didn't have enough teams, or enough players, then I would be playing. But I think we actually got even teams. Nice. So yes, I will not be playing tonight. I will be it will be me and Frieden doing everything on the back end. So
very cool, very cool. So Jen, do you want to explain the rules a little bit to us about what we're doing and how are we doing this? How is this possible?
This is totally possible. First of all, thank you to Pinball Expo. This is the second annual Battle of the Bells. So we held the first one last year, which I believe you ladies played in, right? Last
I did
year.
not, but Anna did.
Yeah.
Yes. So the way that this works is a little bit different because this is a teams tournament. So this isn't a solo, every person for themselves. This is a teams tournament. So we have 9 teams that are playing today, and they are playing for let me rephrase that, 2 all access passes to the Pinball Expo 2021. So the winning team of today's tournament is going to get 2 all access passes. Thank you, Rob Burke, for donating those, and everybody at Pinball Expo. They will get 2 all access passes to Pinball Expo 2021. In addition to an absolutely amazing playfield art by Frieden. If you guys haven't seen it on Facebook, this amazing playfield art is absolutely great. And I don't know if Frieden, you have the ability to be able to show that maybe sometime on stream, not right now, but show the amazing,
just let me know when. I'll pull up
the amazing artwork that the winning team is going to win, that they'll be able to pick up at Expo next year, or if they are local to the Chicago area, be able to get that dropped off. But what we have is a team's double elimination tournament. So the way that this is going to work is that we have 2 players per team, and each team is going to be playing head to head in, again, a double elimination bracket, best of 1 game. So we are going to be playing all of our games on either the Pinball Arcade or the Stern Pinball Arcade. And we are going to randomly select a game, and each player on a team will be playing that game, and then it's going to be the best combined score. So, for example, if me and Frieden were on a team together, we would both be playing Frankenstein against Anna and Rebecca, and then whatever me and Frieden's score combined against whatever Anna and Rebecca's score combined would be, whoever is the winning team will move forward in the bracket. Now, again, this is a double elimination, so just because you lose your first game or your first match, you're not necessarily out just yet. You have another opportunity to make it back into the finals. So again, a double elimination bracket, best of 1 game. Because it's a team tournament, we're doing a combined score. And then once, not necessarily once all the teams are out, but once the first team is eliminated, we do have a side tournament going on the Sesame Street number count, because who doesn't like playing that game? If you haven't played that game yet, it is so much fun. But we're going to have a high score tournament on that table. That's going to win an amazing prize from Allison Ray at Bourbon Vibrations Yoga, based out of, I think she's in Portland, either Portland or Seattle now. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry, Allison, if you're listening. I don't remember. But she's got an amazing prize for the winner of the high score tournament. So just because you get out, please don't leave yet, because we've got, again, that high score tournament going on. And we also want to chit chat with you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have a lot of amazing players that are here today that are in it for, also, we did have a last minute prize entry too. I was told by Lauren, and Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, with also your awesome haircut too. I love your haircut so much. Lauren is going to be also donating a Backball Pinbox podcast prize package to the winning team as well. So not only going to get those expo tickets, you're also going to get an amazing prize package from Backbox Pinball Podcast. So again, thank you so much, Lauren, for that last minute prize as well. We really appreciate that.
Swag
Awesome.
for everybody.
Thanks for that, Lauren.
Of course.
Okay.
All right.
Turn
Well, thanks so much, Jen, for running through all the rules. I bugged Frieden for a run of show, and I literally don't have it open, so I have no idea what's next.
I'll look
But
at it.
I'm assuming that the next step is that we start talking about the first round.
Yeah.
Well-
So one of the things that I want to do while we are all here, but you know, in a traditional tournament setting, we've all been there. We take a group photo. So we on, and everybody on Twitch, if you guys want to make the best jokes to make us all laugh, we are going to take a group photo on Twitch right now. And Frieden, are you able to do a screenshot, or do you want me to do that?
You're muted.
I don't know. Frieden didn't answer me. So
Of course I am.
if you're watching,
no, I was going to say, if
and we
you'd like
say
to take the screenshot, that would be helpful. Right now, I am working to get Jesse back in the chat. I
Yeah.
am not an administrator
I can
on
do
this
the
account, so
screenshot.
I do not have access to those settings.
I will do the screenshot. So we'll do the screenshot of our group chat right now. Bess, bring in your pets. I see Beck's got her pet. Greg's got his pet. We are going to do
Oh, man,
best
where's
photo.
my cat?
All right, we'll take in the count of 3. All right, everybody ready? On the count of 3, we'll do a group photo. Ready?
He's sleeping. He's sleeping.
Oh, wait. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay, group photo.
Okay, so Team 2 and Team 5 are playing Frankenstein.
Frankenstein as well.
I'm not going to.
And then
Look
I
over
got so we're still waiting for Molly to join to make sure she gets that and the Tiki Puppies. And then we don't have a team. Oh, so here's the thing though. Just kidding, team number 1. Jen doesn't know how to run a bracket. I remember my first tournament. Sorry. All right. So that means dolls with, yeah, all right, cool. Dolls with Balls is playing the Ball Busters. So what, Frieden, what team, what games are they playing?
So I don't actually, I have by team number. So is that
So
3 and 7?
Yeah, it would have been, it would have been, yeah, it would have been 3 and 7, but now it's 1 and 9. Or 1 and 8, I'm sorry.
They're playing Ripley's.
Ripley's. Ooh, which is a great segue because while they were playing, I believe we have Greg Dunlap who is joining us.
Ooh, I did hear that.
Yes.
So who
Greg
is the
is
buy
joining us.
this game team? 7?
Yes.
Perfect.
So-
Thank you, ladies. Gentle thems, babes, knaves, all of
I think
you.
you have to start it with that thing over there.
So, Greg, I'm going to throw things over to you for just a hot minute, and you can talk to us a little bit about, or your cat. You can talk about your cat in the background. I'm okay with that, too. But if you want to talk to us a little bit about Ripley's, for those of us who, like me, have done decent on Ripley's, but maybe not know what I needed to do on Ripley's, talk to us a little bit about Ripley's.
Yeah, so for some context, I wrote the software for this game, so I know a little bit about it. But I think the biggest thing is to get skill shots. So you get a skill shot by shooting from the plunger straight into the side of the scoop in the center of the playfield, and those are worth a lot of points right up front. Like I think they're 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. So that's really good points if you can nail those, but you really have to hit them the first time. Yeah. And then, you know, the main things are you can go for multi-ball. There's a shot up the center where the kind of gorilla guy is, and shooting up there repeatedly lights locks, which will then get you to multi-ball. And there's some good points in there. And then there's also modes. There's a very target on the right that you can go into 2 light modes, and some of those are pretty good. There's at least one, I forget off the top of my head which one it is, that's a multi-ball, but that's sort of the basic ground level objectives for Ripley's.
So is your strategy multi-ball? Because that's usually what my strategy is too.
I'll usually go skill shots and multi-ball. Yeah.
Skill shots, then multi-ball. And
Yeah.
just so everybody knows, we are a very open, you know, I know that Greg's talking to us about strategy while we have players playing right now, but we're an open and helping group, and we want everybody to be playing at their absolute best. So we want to make sure that everybody has that equal and fair advantage while they're playing, which is why we're totally okay with talking about strategy while we're all playing.
Good.
Too.
We've been trying to prevent
not to
Yes.
do that. Okay, thank goodness.
So we are all open and honest about that. So please, again, coaching, yes, Pinball Nerd Podcast in the chat said coaching is caring, and we absolutely agree with that. So Greg, talk to us a little about some of the other games that you also had a hand in as well. I know that Ripley's wasn't the only one.
I'm trying to backhand.
No, I worked at Pat Lawler Design for a while, and so while I was there, I worked on Monopoly, Ripley's, NASCAR, and Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Do I have it?
Yes. So which one's your favorite?
I think that Roller Coaster Tycoon has the best play field, but I'm not a really big fan of how the rules came out, but it's really fun to shoot. Monopoly, I mean, Ripley's is not bad. I really like NASCAR a lot, actually.
You had like a 5-ball. I know.
So I've never seen a NASCAR in the wild. I've seen a Roller Coaster Tycoon at a show at one point. But I think like the most common ones obviously I've seen is like Ripley's.
Yeah.
But so why NASCAR? Why does that one stick out to you?
It's got a really fun playfield thing where it's kind of like the supercharger from High Speed 2 The Getaway, but it's in the entire playfield, so it really spins the ball around, and that's really fun. It's got a good playfield. The rules and modes are fun to play. You know, it's a fun game. It's a shame that they didn't make as many of them, so it's not really out there as much.
When was the last time you played that?
Let me see here. So they made a European version called Grand Prix because they don't have NASCAR in Europe. They have Grand Prix. It was just a different art package. And I was actually in Vienna a couple of years ago and saw one there. That might have been the last time I saw one, actually.
So when was the last time you played Ripley's in the wild? As to quote Lauren Gray.
When I was in Portland, there were a couple. I lived in Portland for a long time, and there were a couple of locations that had one there. So it wasn't that. It's been much more recently.
So which is your favorite place to visit in Ripley's?
There's one.
What's your continent? What's your favorite continent? I would say, because we got to go.
One of the continents is really valuable. It's much more valuable than the others, and I've forgotten at this point which one it is. But one of them is really like it's worth way more points than the others, but I don't remember which one.
Oh no!
Somebody in the chat will probably tell me.
Yeah. So if you know which continent is more valuable than any of the other continents, please into the chat, let us know. I personally love visiting Antarctica because you can see the roller skating penguins, right?
That might be the one.
The roller skating penguins.
Yeah. Let me see here. I know that when you finish the continents, you get a big thing that's worth a ton of points.
We've just had we just had someone else join us.
Molly is joining us. But I know Greg is looking up when we finish something and do something, then we get something, which is always the thing in pinball, right? When you do something, you get something. Crean, how's everybody else doing while we're looking out there?
Well, I've only gotten one score. Jen, if you can go through and answer the questions. We have a few people just showing up. So they had some table questions.
We just sent our scores as well.
Anna?
Yeah.
Who said that? Yes, I just got yours. I've only gotten one other score.
Okay.
Perfect. So now that Molly is here, Molly, Hey. I know you can't hear. I'll turn my video on so you can see me. Hey.
Hello.
I haven't seen you in forever. I'm still existent. Molly is also playing with us from the Columbus area. Molly, you are playing with Rita. I'm sure you knew that ahead of time because she did choose your name. She did choose your guys' name already, which is the Rita third ball. And you happen to be playing myself and Leslie.
Okay.
And Frieden, you have to tell us what game we are playing on.
Okie dokie. So you changed the bracket.
Just a little bit, yeah, because we had that 9th team that dropped out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so y'all.
But I will go ahead while Frieden is doing that. I'm going to post the challenge.
Team 6, right?
We are team 6, yes.
Okay, so your first table is also Frankenstein because you were playing against the Hot Nudge ladies.
Ooh, we are playing Rita.
You are team 6, who we had against team 4.
So all right, so no, we are team 3 against playing team 6. All right, it's okay. So we'll play Frankenstein. So the bracket might be a little bit adjusted now that we have all of our players here.
Can I ask what our team number is? Take a look at that just really quick before you guys start and see what looks wrong here.
1 is playing 8, 4 is playing 5, 2 is playing 7, 3 is playing 6.
Can I ask what our team number is?
Leslie, you and me?
No, me and Tish.
Tish, your team is number 5.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
So let me just message you, Jen.
For those of you playing Ripley's, I just discovered that. For those of you playing Ripley's, I just discovered that North America, Africa, and Antarctica are all multi-ball modes.
Okay, now.
That is exciting, knowing that you have multi-ball with all of those. That's really great info. Thank you, Greg.
That is very helpful. Also, side note, I haven't played Frankenstein, obviously, like only once or twice. That Elizabeth call out needs to go. If he says Elizabeth one more time, I'm going to just go crazy.
So does our score still stand, or are we playing again for Frankenstein? I didn't hear the Hot Nudge. I heard that we were playing someone else.
Oh no, that's fine. It just did not get updated on my end, so that's what I need to do now.
Okay.
Jenna is looking at a different screen than I am.
Got it.
Also, shout out to Deadflip for rating us.
Hey,
Deadflip! Thank you for rating us right now. We appreciate it.
How's it going? This is a tournament of tournaments right here.
I know it just looks like a bunch of faces, but we're actually all really doing stuff.
We're actually playing pinball
So,
together.
all right. So, is there anybody else streaming right now? Looks like Molly is doing some stuff. We've got a set up on our Earthshaker if you guys want to watch some pinball while we're waiting for more scores to come in.
Either that, or if you want to talk to us, because it seems to be a lot of people are playing Frankenstein. So if you want to talk to us about what your strategy was on Frankenstein, and maybe if you want to play a game on Frankenstein, this is
I love that you think we had a strategy. That's great. The strategy was to not die.
No, here's one thing.
Okay.
Is that skill shot is 20 million points. That's worth it. And what you can do, depending on your system, if you can plunge on that 20 million points, then that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I also know you hit the ramp, and that will, if you have to hit it a couple of times, and then that'll light your creature locks. And then each time you hit it, you lock your ball. And then to start your creature multi-ball, which is a 2-ball, you got to hit it in the North Pole, which is like in between the guy with the hands like this and the ramp. Yeah. There's another multi-ball in Geneva.
That's the creature one, though.
Yeah, that's a creature 2-ball.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
There's another mega multi-ball.
There's
that you
one
got
on the
that I
ramp,
didn't do.
and that will do a lot. There's like all the ramp enough times is locked somehow. I don't. The problem is I don't play this game very much.
There's one place to play it here in the city, and
it's broken.
It's usually broken
A lot.
Plus, if you played in real life, if we're talking about call-outs, this game has a tendency to go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So if any of you guys have seen this in real life,
it does.
You know what I'm talking about. He like moans a lot.
It's a lot of moaning.
He moans a lot.
Yeah, and I mean that could be your thing. That's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Ooh, we got some
some
live
Ripley's.
Ripley's.
Oh,
So
cool.
who are we watching right now?
We are watching Sammy, I believe, right now. So Sammy, I believe, is showing us. And just so Anna and Rebecca, you know, we have Greg Dunlap on here who can talk to us about Ripley's as well. So
Yes.
Nice.
That's awesome. This game, they used to have this at Logan for a hot minute, and then they took it away.
I have never played it before in real life.
It's pretty fun.
In the wild.
It's pretty kooky. Like, how does this kind of machine get made? Was this something that Ripley's requested? Did somebody decide? I don't know if Greg, you can.
Like, how did they get this license?
This seems
So,
like such a random
Pat-
license.
Pat really wanted to do a game that was kind of spooky or weird. Like, you know, he had done Funhouse, which has that kind of weird, it's not spooky, but there's definitely an
Rudy's spooky.
oddness
Yeah.
to it. And at the time, Stern, you know, as today, wouldn't do any non-licensed themes. And so we were just kind of brainstorming about what kind of themes we could do that had kind of a weird, spooky, offbeat kind of, you know, vibe. And Pat came up with Ripley's. And so we just approached them and got that license.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, I feel like maybe it's Pat in the way that he thinks. I've never, you know, talked to him about it or anything, but I do feel like his themes do seem a little bit off the beaten path in a way. I mean, like, you think about Dialed In, that's, you know, not a real licensed game. It was something that was created, you know, as a theme that wasn't, you know, a big risk, since that,
Right.
you know, making a independent game without a license in this day and age is a little scary.
It's a great game.
Oh yeah,
I love that
absolutely.
game.
But like, who else thinks? You know, I have Earthshaker. We have Earthshaker set up over there. Who thinks of making a pinball machine about earthquakes?
I don't know.
You know, I like
And
that
this
brain.
This came out right before the big quake in California, right?
Yeah, I
Did we
think
look
so.
that up? I think we
did look it up. It came out in '89, I believe.
Which is the first earthquake I ever was a part of in Northern California during the World Series.
Oh yeah, that was '89.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this game, Earthshaker, came out before the quake.
So they must have known something. The big one was coming.
I don't know. I mean, he's had other weather, you know, weather.
He likes a good
whirlwind.
disaster.
He likes a good disaster. Yeah. He likes disasters. What is Dialed In? It's all disasters.
There's actually an episode of the original Beverly Hills 90210 where they have an Earthshaker at their apartment and they're playing Earthshaker while there's an earthquake.
Oh my God.
That's pretty
No,
awesome.
I need to see that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So now
True
my
story.
question is it the real sounds of Earthshaker? Because
Almost certainly not.
Okay, because I can't even tell you how many times I'm watching a TV show. Actually, my favorite example of this is it's a Veronica Mars episode, and they're playing Baywatch. We all know what Baywatch sounds like, and it's old EM pinball sounds.
Right.
Because they don't want to get the license.
They don't want to
for
pay
that.
for
And I'm just
licensing.
Like, Where's the sound of the dolphin? Come on.
Yeah, I guess licensing is a big pain in the butt, man. Give us everything that we want, people.
Oh, whoever's playing here has a decent game of Ripley's going.
Perfect. Yeah, we got a multi-ball.
Yeah,
Which
somebody just
multi-ball
got a
is
super
this?
jackpot.
Okay. How do you get that in this multi-ball?
I think the jackpots are on the ramps, and the super jackpot, there's a tiny little shot off of the upper right flipper that's kind of a little loop shot up there, and I think that's the super jackpot.
Nice.
I hear somebody starting an Earthshaker game.
Oh yeah.
Playing Earthshaker.
So when I first started playing pinball at level 1, they had a Frankenstein. So it was one of the very first games I ever learned how to play.
Nice. So you know,
I love that game.
It was up there for, I don't know, a year and a half. I can't remember. Tish might be able to tell me how long it was up there. But and Holly Koskinen would always have her initials up there. I mean, she owned that game. It was like whatever it was, her initials were on it every time.
Yeah, and that game has a cute thing in it where if you get a certain multi-ball, if you get the 6-ball multi-ball, you get your initials on the book of something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she did that regularly.
Yeah, that's I love that feature. I love it. I
The
love
best is
seeing
when you're
people's
on
initials in
a
that.
competing league team and you go to someone else's house and you put your initials on there, and then you then change your group chat with your friends to be the Journal of SSB because we put it on their game. I remember that.
Okay.
Shout out to SSB. Hey Leslie.
Yeah, so you can see on this Ripley's game right now, there's a lamp flashing on the top left. That was the super, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, her multi-ball's still going here.
Wow. So, Dublin, Ohio actually has a Ripley's because I played it there. Super interesting when it's in real life.
Yeah, I just don't have to see it very often. It's just not a game you see very often. Or for sale or anything, you know, like I always am looking for games. I feel like the people that bought it like it. They don't want to sell it. They're going to keep it.
It's not for sale. But they should put it in the wild so we can play.
Yeah, put it in the wild,
people. Wild. Oh, come to Ohio and play it in the wild.
Okay, I do want to come to Ohio. Absolutely. I'm very sad that Cincinnati has been canceled this year. I mean, of course, I'm kind of sad about all pinball things being canceled. But Cincinnati's like a great it's a great place to go. Has anyone else been to Cincinnati?
I have.
Yeah.
I have not.
It's really fun. You got to come next time.
I will.
Jen has been there.
Yeah, Jen's been there. I saw Jen there.
Tish has been there. Jen's been there. Tish has been there.
Tish has been there. I've seen them there.
I met you ladies there last year.
Yeah.
After Chicago.
Nice. Yeah, it's great. And Ohio has a lot of pinball and has a lot of killer lady pinballers. Like I remember.
Yeah, the Ohio ladies are.
It's
scary.
We should have a Chicago versus Ohio Bells night sometime.
That would be great.
We should do that.
I'd love that. That'd be a lot of fun. We could go somewhere in the middle, so it's even ground.
Michigan. We could meet in Michigan.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah. How far are y'all from Ann Arbor?
She knows.
It's about 4.5 hours.
How far?
Yeah.
It's north. It's like that's like mid Michigan. I feel like it would almost be easier to move or to meet
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo, or even in Indiana, like Indianapolis or something.
Yeah. Well, there's Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Kalamazoo was a really good tournament in Michigan. The pinball at the zoo.
I went to that one a couple of times back in the day.
Oh, it was super fun, but there is no zoo in Kalamazoo, although
there really is a Kalamazoo. But
there's no zoo. No, I went there and I asked constantly, is there a zoo? No, there's no zoo. I thought we would be playing at a zoo. But I live in Columbus, Ohio, and we have a big zoo, and they do a lot of crap at the zoo. So it wasn't too far a stretch, and it is in the name, Kalamazoo. Anyway, that's a really fun pinball place.
Yeah.
The only place I've played pinball in Ohio is Teresa's house.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so then everyone's coming to my house, right?
Yeah, for New Year's.
Yes.
New Year's at Tish's.
Yep. So we would have I called it the Tommy contest, and in our shop we would have one machine that we would say this is the high score machine for the year, and so people would have all month to come in there and play the game. They could play it as much as they wanted, and on December 31st at 11:59, the person with the highest score was the winner. Yay. And at least once Greg came there, and Greg, I believe you won, didn't you?
Yeah, on Adam's Family.
On Adam's Family. See, you rule, Greg.
Nice.
Come all the way to Ohio, and you ruled on the
Therese used to have really fun New Year's Eve parties at her place.
Oh, that's awesome.
We used to do the Olympics of games, and we would play a pinball machine and a slot machine and a video game. I think one year we used tubing, yeah. And let's see, would there be any other kind of game that we would have played? And a lot of times when we did those things, Trent would win because he was always really good, and he's always really, really lucky. So when like we played we had a slot machine and a poker machine in there. That's right. It was like 4 or 5 different types of games. And
That's amazing.
But the whole denouement or whatever was at the end of New Year's, it would be or beginning of New Year's, it would be who had the high score, and it would be some really cheesy prize, but all the respect and admiration of all the other players. So what more could you want, right?
That sounds like a blast.
It was this was back in the late 90s when we were all had much less gray hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of us had a lot more hair back then too. Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, you donated yours for a good cause, or had it cut off for a good cause.
Yeah, but still.
Well, I just want to take a quick moment to say thanks to Tracy from the Bells Austin chapter, and I threw it in the Twitch chat, but Bells, if you guys are here, let us know what chapter you're from or what ladies group that you play with.
Great idea.
Yes.
We're from Chicago.
So are y'all bells and chimes, or?
We are Bells and Chimes, yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, so we are in Bells and Chimes in Chicago.
So you guys probably have an edge on us because here in Ohio, it's like I don't know, wild west as far compared to how y'all are locked down and we're not. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yes. The barcades and the arcades and the restaurants are open on with much stricter rules as far as number of people that can be there, and everyone wears a mask, and they have a lot of sanitizing kind of things around, and but the limit that we've been doing our little mini tournaments is generally no more than 12 people there, and we all know each other, and everyone there has their own different issues. So we definitely won't do anything like showing up if we're even feeling a little sick, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
But
And that's great. That's good.
well,
Take care of your community.
I didn't realize how free we are compared to Chicago and the other ones, but it's we got a lot different. We're actually doing live pinball, so I would say that y'all have the edge on us on this online pinball. And
You're assuming that we're playing online pinball. So when lockdown happened, me and Anna got together and decided to start Hot Nudge. And I have a couple pinball machines. She has a pinball machine. And we also use the opportunity. There's a really great operator here in Chicago, Gavin. Gavin's Games. If you need a game, you should call him up. But he was renting because he couldn't put his games on location anymore. So we've been renting games here and there. She'll rent one, I'll rent one. We'll have it for a month or so. And so we've actually been able to play real pinball. That's how lucky we've been, is we've been able to play real pinball. Also, shout out to Dead Flip, who has let us come to his studio and play when he's not there and sanitize after we leave, which is great.
And we clean his toilet.
We clean it. We're even cleaner than we came. But he's got all the code updates of all the new Sterns, all the games that you wouldn't have access to unless you were able to purchase them. So we've been able to play at a couple different houses as long as it's safe. We're doing tests all the time. Yeah. We are always constant contact with each other about how we feel, because we basically quarantined together because we're just like, I don't want to keep doing this. I want to keep playing pinball.
Yeah. So we needed something to keep us sane.
Hey.
And this was Vanessa.
Can I interrupt just for a second?
Sure.
Reading, are Molly and I supposed to be playing Frankenstein? Do we know?
Are you supposed to be playing Frankenstein?
Yeah. So Freedom, I believe Molly and Rita are playing me and Leslie, but we still need a game.
Okay,
that was
yeah.
my,
Those
that
are
was my-
Jen was announcing.
Yeah, that was my mess up.
Yes.
You didn't mess up. We are all learning things.
So shout out to the person that was just playing Ripley's, because they kind of killed it. Did you guys see that Ripley's game? That was really good.
Thank you. Sammy, that was an
So I
epic game.
had Tiki
Nice
Puppy
work.
and Militaria playing Ripley's.
So we were playing Ripley's. All right. So
If you want to play Frankenstein and you played Frankenstein, that's fine. 2 of the games that I had listed here ended up being changed. So it seemed like a lot of people played Frankenstein.
Yeah. So I can be able to stream Ripley's if you want to put the screen on me. Up to you guys. Up to you guys.
has the bracket changed?
I'm gonna switch it around.
Has the bracket changed, Jen?
I have not gotten the winners, so.
Well, I don't have all the scores.
Yeah,
so
so
no,
you-
Fish, for all intents and purposes, no, it has not.
Do you have our scores, Frieden?
I have your score.
Okay, good.
Did Winter send me their score?
That was our combined score.
Okay, then yes, I have your score. Yours was
Okay.
the first score I
Okay,
had.
good.
So, do we play extra balls?
No.
We are not playing extra balls. Nope.
Okay.
All right, let me do this real quick so I can see over here. Perfect. So if you guys want to see Ripley's, I will be playing Ripley's.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh gosh, that's like
Let's
a
see
lot. Oh, my headphones aren't on though.
For those of you guys on Twitch that are just tuning in, this is the second annual Battle of the Bells, but the first 100% virtual version of this. So obviously it's a Zoom filled with lots of awesome, amazing people that are, commenting on things. They're playing games. We're hanging out. It's pretty informal. We're going to be popping in and out of different content. We're going to be watching some people streaming. us at Hot Nudge have a pinball machine set up, so that we'll probably be popping over to that for a little bit. But feel free to chat us about questions or anything. We're just gonna we're just like shooting the shit, you know. We're just like hanging out, like, right? But again, shout out to all the people that made this happen. And I'm really red right now because I've got a red light on. I made it spooky in here. So, yeah. So are we gonna pop over to Jen so that she can show us her Ripley's moves?
Yeah, if you want to pop over to me, I got Ripley's going, so it's my extra ball right now, so I'm not playing.
Job, are you trying to ask us questions about math?
Who's asking questions about math?
No, I'm reading the Twitch chat. And those Twitchers, they're funny. They're funny kids. They're funny. They're funny.
Oh man, this Ripley's game is really bad. I'm really glad you guys are not streaming it right now.
Direction is the wind blowing.
Oh no, now it's on. Shoot. Oh shoot. See, like normally if I was playing in real life right now, all you would be seeing is like me with my headphones on. And like I'd like to have my headphones on right now, but
Jen, you would be wearing your headphones and dancing all over the place.
Yeah, I would be. That would be what would be going on right now, yes. But I'm still gonna catch it, even though it's, and I got a mode going. I got Africa going. Oh, Greg, did you say Africa was also a 2-ball multi-ball? Because this seems to be a multi-ball right now.
It sure
if Greg
looks
is
that
still
way.
on hanging out with us, was this one a 2-ball multi-ball? Was not expecting that.
Sure looks that way.
You're as surprised as I am. I love it.
Hey, it's been longer since I've played Ripley's than you have.
Oh, I don't know. To quote the infamous Lauren Gray, I haven't played one in the wild probably since the Royal Rumble.
Well, you're playing one right now, so.
I am playing one right now, but
Jen, was the Royal Rumble at Cincinnati? Was that the one?
No, it was at the Cleveland pinball
Cleveland.
show.
Okay, yeah.
It was at Cleveland, which will be happening hopefully again next year because that was an amazing tournament. I had so much fun at that. Oh, I lost a ball. No. All right. So as Greg said, I'm trying to go for multi-ball right now, which I need to hit my tiki head right there, and my locks are lit now. So let's see what I can do. See what I can do to lock my ball. Shoot. Sorry that it's so slow for everybody. Probably because I'm doing it on Zoom. But you know, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Yeah, don't stop. I mean, if you want to stop talking and focus on your game, that's very.
Now I gotta focus on getting multi-ball. That's the whole thing right now.
I can't really see what's happening because it's too small.
Yeah.
Can we make it bigger somehow?
Make it big.
Who's the co-host? Who's the host? Are we a host?
I'm hosting. What would you like to do?
Oh, just make Jen's thing big. Jen's big window big.
Make Jen's window big.
Jen is right now the pinned featured video.
Oh, she is.
She sure is.
Interesting. Maybe that's our view.
No, it looks different on the stream, and I'm trying to figure that out while figuring out who played what tables because this changed.
Interesting.
I don't know about interesting. I think tedious is the word you're looking for.
Sure, yes. That's
Molly. It was my mistake.
That other thing, tedious.
All right.
Please tell me that's your combined score. Is that your individual score, Molly? I see you laughing.
Individual.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Oh my god. The whale.
Cool, cool.
I feel like my scores are
I don't know if you can see it.
Well,
Yes,
it's a
I
double
can.
elimination, right?
It's double elimination.
Double elimination, everyone.
Dang, yo.
I know, Melody. I know.
Can we post pass on a virtual table? Has anybody tried this?
You totally can.
We can post. I'm trying to post pass right now. This is not. Oh, there. That was a very post pass, but it worked. I want my multi-ball.
Okay, yeah, it is big on the Zoom or on the feed.
There we go. Settle down.
Not rough.
Lock that ball. All right, I'll take that. All right, rip off is lit. I don't even know what that is. Greg, can you talk about rip off? Not like I'm trying to like ask for. I'm mainly going for multi-ball right now, but like
I'm going to be dead honest. I'm going to be dead honest. I don't remember.
Okay, so for us on the Zoom call, it looks different for the people on Twitch than it does for us.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a ball 2 lock. All right, I got multi-ball ready. All right.
It's so weird.
All right, let's get this multi-ball. Boom. No, not there.
Jen, I'm going to throw a challenge down from Australia.
Okay.
If you can,
I'm ready.
Have we had Australia mode yet?
No, I don't know if I've gotten Australia mode yet. And
okay, I haven't seen it, but if
There
you
it
can
is.
start Australia mode, it might be the middle of the day here in the future, but if you can start Australia mode, then I'll take a shot.
I just did, just so you know.
Ah!
I literally just started Australia mode, so take that shot. I love it.
All right. I'm doing it.
I'm watching you. I got the Twitch up on my other screen right now. I really
It's
want to start
1:30, by the way. I just want you guys to know that. Bottoms up, everyone.
Cheers.
Pinned. Okay, hi guys. Sorry. Oh no, now it's someone else. Okay.
Oh, that was a horrible multi-ball. I'm really also like, if there's anybody else that's playing that you want to watch everybody else play besides me, I'm totally fine with that. Ah, shoot. Leslie's probably thinking like, man, I'm really glad I'm playing with Jen now.
Would you like to put some stuff away over here?
So I'm going to throw this back to everybody else on how much, like, what's their favorite mode on Ripley's? Because like I mentioned earlier, I love the tap dancing or the roller skating penguins. So what does everybody else like on Ripley's?
It's got to
It's
be
got to
the
be the
penguins.
penguins.
Yeah.
Roller skating penguins. What about everyone in the chat? What is theirs? Oh, and there's my dream.
I think a close second is the Cole Walker hot foot guy who.
Then I get a.
Oh, do I have a ball stuck somewhere? No, I guess that's it. Maybe.
Can you get a ball stuck virtually?
I think I did. I think I literally just had a ball stuck. If anybody was watching that.
Okay.
Because I literally nudged it. It came out.
You have to have respect for the people that put this virtually for them to actually make it so you can get a stuck ball in
Get a
virtual
stuck
game.
ball.
Like, right?
That literally happened. That literally just happened.
Awesome.
I cannot believe that just happened.
Wait, so now we're watching Ripley's virtually. Is this still your? Are you playing in the tournament?
I am. But
This is your game.
This is an extra ball, so I have to
Okay,
plunge
so you're
this.
plunging out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know. We can't really see your score, so we're just sort of guessing on how good you're doing.
I'll show you it right now.
Ooh, you're playing on the big screen.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my score. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah. That's not my score. There's my score. That's my score. There.
Okay.
So
We're
I got
also
to
playing Earthshaker at the same time, so we're gonna switch back and forth.
I think you should switch back to that. Yeah.
So we have to play pinball. Sorry. There might be too much pinball going on.
Never. There's no such thing.
I think there is no such thing as too much pinball.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
I absolutely agree. I don't know why I said that. That was crazy. It was a crazy thing.
That was crazy.
I don't know. It's just,
But you should unpin me so that we can watch Earthshaker right now while we are updating the bracket.
Are we still in round one? What's happening?
Yeah, we are updating the bracket actually right now.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, Jen,
yeah.
we need to find the
Yep, I'm sending you it right now.
Excellent.
The TDs are figuring out the next bracket while we play Earthshaker.
I'm gonna unmute.
So tell us about Earthshaker. What's so great about Earthshaker?
What's so great about Earthshaker? Well, okay. I think the number one great thing about Earthshaker is that it has the best rumble motor of any game.
They really did.
It literally
they did well.
So I don't. If anyone grew up in California or is in California or has gone to like a Science California museum and has done a simulated earthquake, where you're like in a thing and they like move it around to make it feel like an earthquake. Earthshaker does that, and it's great.
Yeah. We have the shaker turned on, so it's going to shake the whole room. You will see it on all the cameras and everything when we
Even
do
this
it.
one.
It's great.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, I feel like this game has to have been available as a virtual table. So do they have the shaker motor in the virtual table where the whole thing shakes?
No.
I don't think so.
That'd be
So
crazy.
but here's the thing. Who's playing with a controller? Because I do know that the motor tends to run on a controller. So who's playing with a controller that can maybe give
Okay.
some insight on
That's
whether
true.
or not that happens?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
A controller might do it, but it won't be as good as the real thing. I'm telling you, this rumble shaker is.
I don't know if that mic is working.
It's on.
I know it's on, but I can barely hear you. It's fine. You're still playing pinball.
Yeah, just.
So we're upgrading the back brackets right now.
We are, but you know what? I think we should take this time. I'm going to throw this over to you ladies. I don't know if you want to select a random player to talk and tell us about themselves.
Oh, God.
As
I
we
don't
are-
know if I want to do that to anybody.
Who wants
How
to volunteer?
about, I'll throw it out there. So if you are comfortable talking, I would love to hear from somebody about what got you into pinball.
Was it the music?
Just raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Was it the art?
Art? Music?
Was it
your boyfriend? Oh, you poor
bar?
sport wives. Just kidding.
I don't know.
Well, I can talk about how I got into pinball.
You stopped the global. I don't know if everyone saw that, but I fell.
I will say, okay, when I was a kid and I'd go to an arcade, I would play a stand-up game and felt like it was cheating because it would get immediately hard after the first round. And even as a child, I was just like, this is a scam. They're trying to take my quarters. So I was like, I don't have much money. I just want to be able to play something that feels like I have the control over everything. And it was always pinball. But I was always terrible. And I probably lost my money faster than if I were to play another game. And then it wasn't until college that I decided to play pinball at a bar. I was barely drinking age. And there was a Scared Stiff at our local bar where you could buy a tall old style for $2. So we would buy big crappy beers and play Scared Stiff. And that's when I realized that there's rules, that there's a point, that it's not just keep it alive forever, that there's like a thing to do.
While you were drinking your tall beer.
While we were drinking our tall.
Okay. So the beer helped you.
So it's like,
did help.
going back on the air. You're like, so it's a video game that you're playing in person.
It was like one of those things where I was playing with somebody and they were like, oh, you just do this a couple times and you get a multi-ball. I was like, wait, what? Wait, show me. Do it again. It was like the crate, you know? And I was lucky enough to start really playing pinball with another Chicago belle. Her name's Kate. She's a monster. She's really good at pinball. And I was lucky enough to start learning while hanging out with her and saw what was possible. I was like, oh, this is a skill. This is a thing. If I learn how to do this, I could be better. And I was hooked and I'm never going back. Ever, ever, ever. Anybody else have any pinball stories?
I don't know how raising your hand works on this.
Either that or
I've got the
anybody's
Twitch
muted.
over here, so I'm trying, but
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's lots.
there's a lot of different views for each person, so it's hard to know. But I'm looking at the Twitch,
Okay.
which has a gallery view.
Oh. Okay.
Or should I just call on somebody?
I think
call
you
on
should,
somebody.
I mean, I'm all okay. So so I'll turn my video on for a second while I'm talking. I'm an educator, so I'm all about calling on people.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't mind calling on.
I want to
somebody.
call on Leslie because she's got her cat Broccoli in her lap, and I want her to tell me all about what's happening.
I love broccoli.
Broccoli's so cute.
I just finished playing my game, and then Broccoli came over to congratulate me.
Oh, baby kitty.
What a nice girl.
What a cutie. What a cutie.
She is a very good girl.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but Leslie also has a pinball stream on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
It's called Game Time Television. It's awesome.
They drink
It is
tiki
awesome.
drinks.
They drink tiki drinks and play pinball and are great. It's very fun.
It's great.
Thanks, Santa.
It's very fun to watch.
So
It is
Leslie,
fun.
tell us a little bit more about that then.
We just started streaming because quarantine, and
Quarantine stream.
what we look forward to in the weeks. I don't know. It gives us something to do.
You guys
Yeah,
are always
yeah.
doing super cool innovations too, though. Every time I tune in, there's some new cool thing. It's very chat interactive, which I think is awesome. Because, sometimes you pop onto Twitch and you're not quite sure what the kind of community is going to be like, especially if you're new to it. So I'm relatively new to Twitch. And shout out to all the Twitchers that are also new to Twitch.
Is that what they call it?
I don't know. That's what I'm calling them now. So sorry if that's not right.
I think that's fine.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
I hope that's fine.
That's fine.
But when I first started watching, I was just like, what's happening? Am I supposed to chat? Like, I was like kind of embarrassed. Like, I don't what do I have to say that's important? And I think that the streams that are very chat interactive, which is a very specific to pinball thing, because you watch other streams and there's not a lot of chat interaction. They're just kind of like doing their thing, and you're supposed to be there like voyeuristically, which is also okay if that's how you want to experience it. But I think pinball streams are very chat interactive, which I think is great.
And that's great because it also has to do with our community. Because our game that we love is a physical game where we hang out together and play a physical game. Like that means that we like to chat with people, I guess, or like
it usually has alcohol involved, although
there is
it's not
tiki
necessary.
drinks, beers. I'm drinking a wild basin.
Ooh, a wild basin.
Very cool, but whatever.
It's okay. I'll be cool for you. I'm drinking a bourbon.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah,
I'm just more
awesome.
excited. I got Jesse to drink at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. With,
I mean, how's the future? Is the future?
You didn't mess
better
around
today?
either, Jen. I like how I threw that challenge down and you were like, hold my beer, and about 5 seconds later you did it.
Pretty awesome. That's pretty impressive. I'm very impressed with all these Ripley's players, and also that score that I saw thrown up on Frankenstein was incredibly intimidating, and I feel inadequate.
No, I don't know how to get it. Remember how when we practiced Ripley's yesterday and I got 3 million every game?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do. I remember that.
We're not gonna win, but that's okay.
We're still waiting on a couple of scores. Is there anyone who hasn't yet reported their scores yet?
Report your scores, my wonderful elves.
Cannot move on until we have scores from everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
And while I appreciate the scores being sent to me via text, email, and Facebook, if we could please keep it to direct message to the Zoom chat, that is part of the problem I'm having with moving as quickly as I possibly could. The secondary thing is the scores are actually combined, you and your partner. So I am also adding up scores as we go along here. So I've just got a couple more. Thank you for being patient.
All good, Frieden. We are just chatting and playing and having a great time.
It
just take the
sounds
time you
fun.
need.
I'm enjoying it. I heard there was a
I
cat.
hope you're enjoying it. I know you're doing a lot of number crunching, so hopefully you can also enjoy it as well.
Number crunching's fun.
It is.
Only if
This
it's
is
chocolate
where I am
numbers.
a
Wait. Speaking of number crunching, I think that Tish should talk for a second about Sesame Street number count and the high score tournament that we're having.
Yeah!
Great
Yeah,
idea.
because as soon as we're done with double elimination, the first group will be able to start playing.
Yeah, so Tish, if you want to talk a little bit about that. If Tish is still here. Is
I
Tish
feel like
not-
she's still here. Right?
I'm
She's
here.
the thing she enjoys.
Hi.
There, Tish. There she is. Yeah, Tish, if you want to talk to us about the high score tournament.
The high score tournament is when you're out of the bracket and you've moved from the loser bracket all the way out, then go play the Sesame Street pinball game again and again and again. And the person that has the highest score at the end of the whole tournament wins the very excellent yoga package from Allison Ray in Portland, Oregon. And I think it's like a 75-minute online package. And she said that it could be individual or it could be for a group of friends. So I'm really, really, really hoping that somebody in Columbus wins that so that we can have a Bells with Balls yoga night at the Wednesday night level 1. So somebody please win the Sesame Street high score contest so we can get the yoga package from Allison Ray in Portland. And Allison did yoga at the Northwest Summer Pinball Camp, I think it was called. And she did it online, and she's really good. So play Sesame Street. Is there a link?
I
in the
dare
chat
anybody
so
to go
that,
against her words and not. It's. I mean, how can you argue with that? You're gonna. She wants to win. I want to win too, but I kind of want you want to win more. You want it more.
I mean, I is it team again? Because shut up.
I know what we talked about was team. It was very nerve wracking because I was like, "Hey Anna, are you okay with maybe losing? Because I suck at this virtual stuff."
I lose all the time. So yes, I'm okay with it.
That's not true.
I'm a loser.
So,
so while we are waiting for some extra numbers from Frieden,
yes,
I am almost done here.
Ooh, lovely.
Oh, I tilted.
Oh,
I tried to death save with a post. That was dumb.
What? You can't death save with a post.
It was dumb.
Do
I already said it was dumb.
There's no crying in pinball.
I'm not crying. I'm just calling myself dumb.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's great.
Everything is awesome.
I hope you guys can hear this great earth shaker music.
Oh, we can.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
good. Have you guys heard the jackpot music? Because we want to show that to you. It's great.
No, we
It's
haven't
different.
yet. I don't
The
think. I
jackpot
think you
music
should
is
show
better.
that. I think you should show that.
Yeah, get
We're
it.
certainly going to do what we can. My favorite music actually from this game is the music that plays right before you plunge for your multi-ball. It's great. And I'll point it out when it comes up.
Okay.
And I know Frieden's
No,
crunching numbers. I'm not sure if we can.
I have one left to do.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna eat some chocolate on stream.
Yes, do it.
Is that
Do it.
bad?
So if you play Earthshaker like Keith Elwin, you hit the center ramp 1,000 times and get a bunch of points. But if you play Earthshaker like every other normal human and not an extraterrestrial pinball Martian like he is, then you try to hit the ramp over and over again. And then hit it maybe 2 out of 10 times. God! It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm muted. Oh, shit.
Hey, Anna, what kind of chocolate are you eating?
Oh, this is a Kinder Bueno.
Is it muy bueno?
It's muy
Nice.
Bueno, and it's fucking. It's
Okay,
actually-
I've got some Kit Kat honeycomb. This is Lunch of Champions.
Oh my god! I didn't know they made those Kit Kats. I
Yes.
some of that.
The Aussies got some good stuff, like Tim Tams.
Tim Tams, yes.
Tim
So,
Tams.
all right. So I'm gonna share a story. I'm gonna turn my camera around to share the story while she is crunching numbers. So I have actually been to Australia. I went to Australia about 10 years ago, and my project leader introduced us to the Tim Tam Slam. So have you ever done a Tim Tam Slam, Jesse?
Yeah, actually, I have. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Poor Man's Pinball podcast, but I sent them some Tim Tams recently, and I made them do a Tim Tam Slam with whiskey.
Yes.
Tell us,
okay.
what is a Tim Tam Slam?
So Jesse, tell us what a Tim Tam Slam is.
Okay, well, I don't know what the American equivalent of a Tim Tam is, but it's a biscuit. It's a chocolate biscuit that's kind of airy and light in the middle. So you bite the corners off, and then you use it like a straw to drink your beverage. Now, normally you would do that with milk or tea or something, but if you want to be hardcore, you just do it with whiskey.
Yeah. A Tim Tam straw with some whiskey is.
It actually sounds
dangerous and
disgusting.
delicious.
No, we have Tim Tams
You think it sounds
here.
disgusting.
They're kosher, so sometimes of year that is the thing.
I would do that. But
So,
the only
Anna, are
place
you
to
gonna
really
do one
buy
for us?
Tim Tams, you can't really buy them in the States. You can buy them at the World Market, and probably like specialty stores. Maybe
They sell them at the kosher market off Oakton and the one off Howard.
Nice.
Sweet. Anna, if I sent you some, will you do a Tim Tam Slam with booze on Hot Nudge?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
They're on.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I would make a video specifically just doing a Tim Tam Slam if you sent them to me, because Tim Tams are the bomb. Like Tim Tam,
They're really
I literally
good.
like
Real good.
seek out Tim Tams because they're
Y'all,
so good.
For real, I'm going to be going to World Market tomorrow. I'm going to discover what the heck Tim Tams are. I already got the whiskey.
Yes,
so
Lauren.
I'm like,
They should
is
be
happening.
sponsoring us right now. We're talking about Tim Tams.
We need a kickback.
Give us some of that chocolate money.
Okay, all of our scores are entered. Jen is
awesome.
updating the bracket.
Frieden, are you going to update the brackets, or will Jen
No,
tell
Jen
us the
does
bracket or
that part.
show
We
it?
tried to keep everything separate.
and Jen, Frieden, I'm sorry. I will add up our scores and not send them to you on Facebook.
No, it's okay. That's just what was taking a long time. I think maybe people missed we went over rules and stuff very quickly.
All I remembered was direct message. And I'm like, oh, she must mean Facebook. And I'm like, oh, I done messed that up. Sorry.
Nope, that's okay. In fact, I got 4 or 5 email messages, so not just you. Okay, Molly.
Okay, so while I'm trying to update the bracket, I can tell you right now, though, that Dolls with Balls is going to face Upper Flipper Whores. And then Malrita is going to be facing the Marauders.
Okay.
And that is in round number 1. I gotta update the challenge. It's giving me a couple of issues, but I'll figure it out.
Okay. So for those 2 teams, you guys are going to be playing Star Trek. Dolls with Balls and Upper Flipper Whores. You were going to be playing Star Trek, and then Mulataria. Am I saying that right?
Malrita.
Malrita, excuse
Malrita.
me. You will be playing Starship Troopers against Marauders.
And then Malrita. Marauders. Yep. Yep.
Starship Troopers, my dear.
And then Hot Nudge is going to be playing the Ball Busters.
All right. I was gonna say hot balls, but that was not correct.
And Team Backbox is going to be playing the Tiki Puppies.
Hey.
Okay, Hot Nudge and Ball Busters.
And the bracket has been updated. So I will put that into the chat so that everybody who wants to know, follow along on the bracket.
Okay, Hot Nudge and Ball Busters, you are playing Flight 2000.
And again, if anybody does not own any one of these tables,
yep, just hands up. We have extras.
Yeah, just please let us know because we have extras. So
I'm not sure if we have Flight 2000. I'll have to check.
Is that on the Stern one?
No, that is going to be on the Pinball Arcade.
Jen, can I just confirm that was Star Trek for Dolls with Balls?
Yes, Upper Flipper Whores and Dolls with Balls are playing Star Trek Vengeance, which is the 09 table.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Litra and Marauders, Starship Troopers. If you don't have it, please let me know. You don't have it?
Are you talking about us? No.
Whoever said I don't have it. I can't see that and the thing at the same time. I apologize.
That's okay. I don't think we don't have Flight 2000 right now. If it's free, we could get it.
Flight 2000 is not free. It was a part of that other table pack. So let me exit full screen real quick, and we will check on. See, I built the permutation for extra tables around the bracket I had built. So when we had to change that, the alternative tables also changed. Do both Hot Nudge and Ball Busters have AC/DC?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you were playing AC/DC.
Well, I don't know about Ball Busters.
Yes, Hot Nudge does have AC/DC.
How's it
Ball
going
Busters,
out there,
Emily?
Bells?
Emily has it. I don't know about Amanda. Do you have it?
I do.
Cool.
Excellent.
Okay. So AC/DC then. Hot Nudge
So
and the Ball
AC/DC then.
Busters.
And then
AC/DC.
Backbox and Tiki Puppies.
Bells.
I'd like to see you two play Sesame Street.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Challenge
Okay.
accepted.
Well, oh shoot, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
I love you all. You're all my favorites.
All right, you gotta play Sesame Street. All right, let me find that. Leslie, I'm sorry if I lose this for us.
This is all about having fun. This isn't. You're making friends. You're making teammates. You're learning stuff.
Turn that.
Yeah, it's making the fact that the next time or the first time that I meet Jesse in person, we're doing Tim Tam Slams with whiskey. I don't know about anybody else, but
Hey, which AC/DC song should I start with? Which one do you use?
Whichever one doesn't get us DMCA'd.
Oh, Jesus.
So just,
Our sound isn't on,
I'm sorry to be that person, but if you play a song for more than 10 seconds, I have to mute your tube.
Is our sound?
Our AC/DC isn't
muted,
going
right?
in.
Dope. Cool. There is a way, folks, if you're newer to playing these platforms, you can there's always an option, at least in the Pinball Arcade and the Stern Pinball Arcade, to amend the music that's coming out. You can either turn it down or turn it off completely. You can turn the tilt off. It does give you a lot of options, and there's some accessibility modes as well.
all right. So just to confirm, Tiki Puppies and Team Backbox are playing Sesame Street number count.
Yes, they are.
Okay. All right,
I want to see you bring the pain.
Good luck.
Hey, and Molly walked away. Molly and I are playing Starship Troopers against the Marauders, correct?
That is your
Malarita.
Malarita. Tell me what Malarita means.
It's Molly and Rita together.
There we go. That's a beautiful portmanteau. Here, I thought it was very elegant. Your aunt's name or something.
Nope, and it's a great drink too.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's the
Y'all are
great made-up
killing it.
drink
You're
that we
doing a great
love.
job. These scores are so much higher than scores that I normally have.
Okay,
I didn't know the numbers went this big on Ripley's, for instance.
Alrighty, so we are on Starship Troopers.
Yes,
Perfect.
ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience. I apologize that took me so long, ladies.
Frieden, you're doing amazing. Thank you so much for doing the thing that is the hardest in the tournaments, which is making sure that it's all for nothing. Or not for nothing.
Well, I play fucked up, so I don't do this.
Well, if I do this, everyone else can kind of relax and enjoy more. And this is where I'm a Viking. I don't like to relax. It makes me anxious. So really, this is the best place for me.
Relaxing makes you anxious. Can I make you a t-shirt that says that?
Sure.
I'll buy one of those. Let's start a
Relaxing makes me
bonfire.
anxious.
Ooh, this is a great segment to talk about the bonfire tournament, like the bonfire t-shirts.
Oh, we do. We've got some really lovely. Jen made such a beautiful design. And it translated really nicely to shirts and sweatshirts and masks, and I really
Do
love
we have
how
a
it looks.
screenshot that we can show people?
Yeah.
I bet I do.
I was like, Frida, if you can grab one of those real quick. I'm
great.
in the middle of a Sesame Street game.
No, you do your shit, man. You've got stuff to do. This is what I'm here for.
Also, there's no nudging on this game. I wish there was.
You can. It's the up button.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
shoot,
up
wait,
arrow.
You are right.
That's crazy.
Doesn't the purchase of those T-shirts benefit Pinball Outreach Project?
All
does,
proceeds from
Greg.
those sales benefit Pinball Outreach Project.
And it is a lovely t-shirt. I purchased mine today because I was really late to purchase them, but
I'm going to have to
Sorry,
leave in a
that's the
second.
mission.
Can I say a bit about Pinball Outreach Project before I go?
Greg, you do you.
So Pinball Outreach Project is a charity that was started by my wife, Nicole, a few years ago, and we are dedicated to bringing pinball machines to kids in need. And primarily right now, that's at hospitals and Ronald McDonald houses. And we for a while had a space in Portland where we ran an arcade where we had pinball. You could come and play. We had like 20 games, and we did free play for kids, and we hosted parties and stuff like that. And it's a really great organization, and we would really love it if you could donate and help us out. You can find out more about us at pinballoutreach.org, and our donation link is pinballoutreach.org/donate.
So here's it's such a great organization. So here is the design itself by the lovely Jen, and we have lots of options. There's a long sleeve shirt, a variety of colors, sweatshirts. Come on, that's adorable, guys. Got 3/4 sleeve shirts, women's and tri-blends. We got kiddo stuff. Look how cute this is.
I bought the purple one because I thought it was super duper cute.
I forget which one I bought. I don't remember, but I bought one, and then I added more. You can add more to donate after your shirt purchase as well if you wish,
which is awesome.
Yeah, you can donate as much as you'd like. You can even just donate through that page. You don't have to make a purchase to make a donation.
But the t-shirts are cool, so buy one of those.
Bonfire's an actually pretty cool site for raising money.
They're great for fundraisers because they not only take into part funneling things directly to that EIN, but they also adjust the sales tax.
Oh, nice.
So that's a measure that, say, Custom Ink doesn't do in the same way. And we don't have to handle anything. Jen made a design, I put it on a t-shirt, and now everything that it makes will go directly to Pinball Outreach Project, directly to Nicole, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great site. So if anyone ever wants to do like a charity fundraiser, I definitely recommend it. I've used it before. Forget for what, but it's easy. We should do it sometime. We should have a charity stream. We haven't done that yet.
There's another site called Tiltly, I think, that's specifically for charities to do a stream.
Okay.
Oh, I did not know that.
Interesting.
I haven't done. I mean, like, you have to register your charity through Tiltly in order to do that, which I think is also great to make sure that people aren't just like, I'm doing something for charity. It's on Tiltly, and then it just funnels into something random. So you have to register your information, of course. But we talked about doing a charity stream as well.
Yeah, we got to do that.
We
Maybe
should.
Halloween.
Oh, that's so close,
I
though.
know.
Can we pull that off?
It doesn't matter.
I was gonna do a Halloween 24-hour stream.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I know you don't want to.
You're crazy with that. I don't. 24 hours This is too long.
Not too long. Well, it doesn't have to be a full stream. It could be like a group of different streamers. We just pass off between all of us.
So I get.
I had no idea that existed.
Yes.
That's such a good idea.
I think you guys would like it. And plus, I mean, you know, Amazon is awful, but Twitch is owned by Amazon, so you can have watch parties of horror movies if you have Amazon Prime, which I know not everybody has. Sorry, I'm also playing Akadaka at the same time that I'm doing this.
Yeah, pay attention to the games.
So, all right. So for those on, let's talk about what your strategy is with Akadaka. As you would say.
I say Akadaka because that is how they say it in Australia. And
is that true, Jesse?
Jesse can correct me if I'm wrong.
I was just having a moment of such pride in everybody for the the use of Akadaka. Yes, it is.
Okay. They are an Aussie band, and they are called Akadaka, and I love the sound of it, and that's how I say it. So,
Akadaka.
So proud.
Akadaka.
Akadaka.
For playing this game, for me, I know everyone's like, Hell's Bells, everybody, do Hell's Bells. And I just, the bell is such a drainer for me. So I usually go for a whole lot of Rosie because everything's lit and I can just doink around for a while until I clear it out.
It's all the lanes.
You get a multi-ball because you can hit a couple of ramps.
Ball save, it goes back up there.
Exactly. So you do that, you get some scores, that's cool. And then I usually do like a rock and roll train, which is ramps, which is going to get you another multi-ball because your rampage is going to give you multi-balls.
I didn't even get a multi-ball in my game. Sucked.
I should probably do Hell's Bells because it'll give you that double scoring. Everybody loves that. But it just, it hits the bell and it goes down the center, you guys. And I panic. I can't nudge. I can't nudge on this virtual stuff. I know it's in there, but I can't. I can't figure it out. So
you're fine. You're fine.
Sorry, guys.
It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. We are playing Akadaka on our screen, the Anna Neal screen, if you want to make it big and people watch it, make it big. Or we can also have the Zoom.
Is anybody else out there playing on cell, or are you all on computers? I say cell because I feel like my Aussie slang will be misunderstood.
What would you say that was your Aussie slang?
Mobile. That's not even slang, but
yeah, it's that in the States we always say cell, which is weird because it's mobile seems more correct. But
right,
I except for Sesame Street, I'm playing completely on my phone.
Whoa,
you are okay, cool.
That's impressive.
We have a Switch.
We have a crazy setup here, though, you guys. We have two
computers.
I had to turn the action camera off. Is it off? I turned it off because it wasn't working, but I can plug it back in.
Never mind, guys.
We can show you in a second.
I'm impressed by all y'all setup. It can, like Sammy, I'm like, how did y'all? I'm not gonna lie, how did y'all do that? Because I was like running into the room in 10 minutes. I was like, I have to play in a tournament in 10 minutes. Where's my phone?
Yeah, Sammy's killing it. Team Dolls with Balls represent.
Nice.
Hey, y'all, I'm going to have to run, but thanks for having us on here, and good luck with the rest of the stream. And thanks for,
an inside view of the
Thank you.
Ripley's.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
And
Yep,
thanks
have
for
fun.
talking about the pop as well.
Yep. Take care.
I think I might be better. Is this bad that I'm better at AC/DC when I'm not listening to it? It kind of is because I love the band, like the songs. But
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm better or not.
I think what happened for me was I played the real Earthshaker and then I tried to play this again.
That was a mistake.
And that was a mistake.
But so did I.
I know. You're doing good. Luckily, that didn't. Listen, I can make excuses for myself however I want to.
You can make any excuse.
And this is how I've decided to do it this time.
It's my stream and I'll excuse if I want to.
How do you start your tour multi-ball?
I think it's the ramp.
Do it.
I just keep missing.
Y'all are doing really great this round.
I'm trying.
Anybody want to give some insight on how to do tour multi-ball?
There it is. I got it.
She got it. She just had to hit that ramp. And now, but now what do you do during it?
Well, it's a multi-ball, so I'm just gonna do that thing that I do.
Okay, you just shoot
I
shots.
get that
and
jackpot.
I'm gonna do the simple thing. Hit whatever's
I'm gonna
lit.
do that thing that you do in
Hit whatever's
multi-ball.
lit.
Okay,
Hit
there we
the
go.
lit shots.
Okay. I think you
Hit
need your
the
orbit.
lits.
No, I actually don't know. Oh.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
This is weird that I can't hear any sounds except for my weird noises that I make when I play pinball. Sorry, guys.
Okay, you're great. You got your trap up. Now what?
I was gonna try and backhand that ramp, and then I just lost it.
You lost it.
I lost it. Oh, and I lost that one too.
Oh well.
Cool.
Cool. Where's my phone? I've been looking for my phone for like. Oh, there it is.
So for those still watching, we are gonna pop on over to the Hot Nudge stream. So you just need to search Hot Nudge on Twitch, and then we'll be able to see, at least for the next 40 minutes, all the goodness of that while we are continuing on. But yes, Lauren, you made an awesome point. Thank you so much to Expo for, again, letting us have this stream, letting us do this tournament. It's been so much fun. Definitely put us in the books for next year if you're interested in playing at Expo next year. And we will start to continue this tournament over on the Hot Nudge stream. Yes, I can keep seeing Expo in there. Yes, thank you so much. And also thank you everybody for joining us. So we're going to keep the festivity, we're going to keep the after party. Would you call it the after party? We're going to keep the after party going now that the bar is closed over on the Hot Nudge stream so that we can keep this tournament going. And then you can still continue to follow it along on Challenge if you're not able to watch to see which team you might be rooting for and see who is winning. So we will see you over there.
All right, I'm going to end this meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Jen.
I hope you guys all had fun tonight. We did. We're sorry for some of the technical difficulties. We got some of those all resolved, thank goodness. We're looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. So rest up. Get a good night's sleep. We'll be here for another hour shutting everything down so we can go to bed. But it was fun. And have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow at 3 p.m. we start off. So get ready. Get ready. All right. Good night, folks. Thank you.
Now, surface fathom. Danger, see them away, fathom.